At one point, I was bigger than them on the internet, which is crazy to say. And anytime I spoke to them, they were super nice.
Yeah.
Jake and Logan. Always super respectful. I did this roast session where I roasted all like these Viners that suck. And a lot of them wanted to come fuck me up at one point.
Very sensitive.
So I was like, bro, fucking bring all your smoke. I was like, bring it. You guys are all out in LA. Come meet me in fucking Queens somewhere. Yeah. I'll call fucking Bobby and a couple other people, and they'll never find you again. But those kids were always super cool, and they'll fucking kick the fucking shit out of me now. So
now it's like
they could do whatever they want at this point.
No,
but Vine was crazy. Vine was crazy. I've never sat down to do a show with a sponsor like this, so this is kind of cool. Can I drink this now, or am I going to get in trouble? Do I have to open it on the show?
This is the show, bro. We're already going.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Did Chrissy D fucking shit his pants in the seat?
Probably. That,
Bro,
that mess.
I'll tell you one thing about Chris Stefano. Possibly, and I hate to say this, probably the funniest guy I've ever met.
He's the funniest. I actually have to stop myself.
I've ever met.
Every time I do the show with him or I'm talking about him, I absolutely like fellatio all over the place. I'm like, you are the funniest, naturally funniest person in the world, and I have to stop myself from saying it like every single time.
100%. Like
he's just, I mean, every fucking thing he says.
Because we did a Basement Yard episode with him, and then we did a Hyenas episode.
Mm-hmm.
And Giannis is hilarious too, but I've never heard a funnier storyteller than Chris.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, he makes you feel like you've known him like your whole life.
Yeah.
Dude, so he'll text me like out of nowhere. He'd be like, "What's up?
I know. What's up, babe?
What's up, baby girl?" I'm just like, "No, I'm just chilling." And like, he won't want
Even just recounting that story has a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Like a genuine one.
No, but that's like the thing about him is like he'll text you. He doesn't want anything.
Right.
He'll be like, "What's up, daddy?"
Literally just checking in.
Yeah, he'll literally just tell you like, "What's up?"
He pulled a move the other day. I've been wanting to do it so bad, and I don't have the balls to do it. He just didn't bring his kids to school.
I saw you quote tweet that.
It was raining. It was the other day when it was like torrential downpour.
But why don't you just do it tomorrow? Well, you're the dad. You can do
know.
whatever you want.
Brother, don't have kids anytime. Unless you have kids with another dad, you are not. You are not in charge.
But like, don't tell mom as like, yo, guys.
So my kids are getting to that level. So the other day, I gave my kids marshmallows for breakfast.
How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay.
I got a girl and a boy, and the girl is almost 6, and she is a conniving little motherfucker. She lies a lot now.
Dope.
And but now I'm like, I can work with this. So like when she was a little baby, I used to give her Benadryl at night to go to sleep.
Okay.
But then she got to the point where she
Might
could
be
talk.
illegal.
And, I would drug my kids. Then she would get to the point where she could talk. So I was like, if I do this, she's gonna go home to her mom and say, "Daddy gave me medicine at night." And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Now we're getting to the point where I can say, "Don't tell your mom." So we had. Not for Benadryl, that's fucked up. but for marshmallows for breakfast.
I'll just tell microphones, it's fine.
CPS earmuffs.
That's weird.
For the marshmallows, I said, yes, you can have marshmallows for breakfast. Okay. Just don't tell your mom. And she goes, okay. But when she asks you, you don't tell her either. You just say that I had toast. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie. We're good.
I know how to not snitch.
Yeah.
I got you. I know how to lie.
It's an important lesson. Don't worry.
So
that's good. But just straight up not, because my kid gets up at like 6 in the morning to go to school. She's got to be there at 7:30. It's fucking early for a 5-year-old. And I feel bad for her. And then it's raining, and now it's getting cold, and she wakes up crying and shit. And sometimes I'm like, I'm just not going to take you. But then I always fucking pussy out. And DeStefano texts me. He goes, how bad was it getting your kids to school today? And I thought we were just going to commiserate. And he goes, yeah, I just didn't do it. And I was like, you motherfucker. And he said, but his baby mom was cool with it and everything. I know. He's just
everything
cool.
he does is cool.
He's just cooler than me.
The first time we ever met him was, we hadn't even talked. We were sitting like pre-interview. We're sitting in the studios at the old office. And this kid, YP, used to be like our cameraman, came in. And he's like just doing camera, like new guests in town, whatever. And YP turned around and YP had the fattest ass.
Yeah, we've tricked people before just posting a picture of his ass where people are like, yo, what's that at? Like, what's her name? And it's like,
was YP that kid that like had like a pet at the
Yes.
Stanley?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He had a fat ass.
Yeah, and Chris, like, I don't even know if we'd even talked before. And Chris just goes, YP, you better get out of here before I fuck that ass. And we were like, this kid's the best. He's the best.
Yeah, I think if you don't get sexually harassed by Chris Stefano, he doesn't really like you. I don't think.
Yeah. Also, you're like, you must be despicably ugly.
You have to
harass
be
everybody.
disgusting.
Because your gender doesn't matter.
No.
I know
He'll
it
hit on you
actually
no matter
does
what.
matter. I think you get harassed more if you're a guy.
Oh yeah, if you're a guy, he wants to
He-
thrash you more than
He
goes
went
for a
on.
woman.
He
That's
went
for
on
sure.
Wendy Williams yesterday. Whitney Cummings is filling in for Wendy, so she invited Chris on.
What happened to Wendy Williams?
I think she's just off. I don't think it's anything.
Oh, she's definitely off. Remember when she fainted?
Yes,
She
one of my
was-
favorite moments of all time.
That's a Halloween story. She was dressed
she
as
was
the
dressed
fucking
as the
Statue of Liberty. She's like, I said, Wendy's dead. Wendy's gone.
So they had it was Whitney, two other women, and Chris on a panel, and they're like doing like the entertainment news gossip cycle, right? And Rebel Wilson comes up. Rebel Wilson, the chick from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Fat Amy, she lost a bunch of weight, and now she's mad. The only thing people are talking about is that she lost weight, and they're not talking about her movies and her acting. So Chris flat out goes, having a man on this panel is such a bad idea. Like, everything I say is going to be, you've got all these girls are going to hate. He goes, go watch it on YouTube. Like, I bombed. And it was like a really short segment and wasn't really that bad, and because they took it out. Because when it came time to him on the panel, he goes, and they talked about Adele too. He goes, I like him fat. He goes, I like fat Adele. I like fat Amy. She can sing better when she's fat. She can't sing when she's skinny. She can't act when she's skinny.
I agree
And
with
they
him,
just
though.
cut the whole thing. And, I
agree with
absolutely agree. But the crowd of women at Wendy Williams were like, like burn this man alive.
Like it's almost like at a point now where like I'm afraid to say fat.
Yeah, fat's almost on the list.
But I'm fat, so I could say that. You know what I mean?
I got fat
So-
friends.
Yeah, I have fat friends. I have a fat clothing line.
Still fat is great.
I have a fat clothing line. So it's like, Fat Adele. Have you heard the new Adele song?
yeah.
Fine. People want
It's
to
great.
It is a
But
skinny
fat,
Adele song.
Fat, sad Adele just made heater after heater.
Yeah.
after
Fat,
heater. I
Fat
can live
Adele,
without this.
Fat Adele
only
goes
Fat
triple
Adele.
diamond.
Yeah, only Fat Adele can make like Skyfall.
And you know what? And you know what I love about Fat Adele? Her concerts is just a mic stand and her in like a fucking tarp. And she just stands there
Yeah.
and belts it.
Just
You don't
fucking-
need pyrotechnics. You don't need dancers. She just like, listen to these fucking words. And now, like, skinny, I don't know.
Yeah,
Skinny
you-
Adele,
you
you better
can't-
be like popping that ass or something.
You can't pull off doing the
Just
opera.
that, right.
Like, her concerts were just a night of the opera.
had to be a fat girl at
You
the
can't
opera.
pull off the opera if it's just like, yeah, I'll go to the beach with you.
I'll tell you this though. Her outfit at the Lakers game,
Was it Louis? Was it Gucci?
A1.
What was it?
A1.
I didn't see it. She looked good.
A1.
It was
With the Louis V monogram pea coat.
Oh, when she
That
came,
skinny
she
bitch
went
was
over
rocking her shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
She went over to Kid Cudi, right?
Yeah. And Cudi, whenever she said to Cudi was
She-
like
he
the most
geeked out.
prolific, profound thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, not heard because
Oh yeah,
just
she
his-
had like the almost a cape on, right?
Yeah. I'm happy Drake.
No, this
and-
bitch. I mean, come on, this bitch is hot. We got to
Yeah.
give her props. Like,
I'm happy Drake and Cudi like kind of squashed it because like Drake like kind of went after him for like having mental health issues. Like there's some
got
things
fucked up.
there's some things Drake did 3 years ago that he'd be in some hot water if he did it in 2021.
like what?
Everybody,
I just don't remember.
I don't know, like making a song about Georgia Smith when she was like 17.
Oh, I thought that was just something society decided to accept that Drake fucks
no,
underage
no.
girls.
No.
I think we just were like, yeah, he fucked Billy Bob Brown. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it. Like,
Now, and people are weird because it's like the industry, like, is a celebrity 17 a real 17?
Yeah.
That's like the argument they have. I'm like, yeah, it's 17.
no,
Bro, I defended him with the Millie Bob Brown shit. I'd like to have that one back.
Bro,
Yeah.
Of all the things I wish I could have back, because my argument was like, there are so few people who can level with like her.
Yeah.
Where it's, like who understand what she's going
Give her
through.
a word of
and like, be
advice or
like,
something.
okay, like I've been down that road, you can vent to me. And like Drake's one of them. But like I'd like to take that
no,
one back.
I think that's fine as long as you are in a. I would never be in a room with Millie Bobby Brown without like 5 other people.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me ask you
wanna-
a question. You're a dad. You have an offspring here. I don't. If your daughter was like a celebrity and was Millie Bobby Brown's age, and somebody as famous as Drake was texting her,
Yeah, no.
would you be cool with it?
No, but that's the thing.
I think you would though,
I think I
Bro,
would. Like,
because it's the association. You get blinded
Well-
by the lights.
well,
and
that
the
is the
glitz and
thing.
the
just
glam.
walking through, fanning myself
listen.
with her money. Tell Drake I said what up.
I
Yeah,
do
it's
know.
just Drake.
I know what you mean when you say like, no, bro. Like, I don't care if she's famous. It's 17. But it's not though. Like, famous is weird. Like Millie Bobby Brown's
Famous is weird. There
parents-
is no age with famous.
There really isn't. When
There's
all
no
that
famous
shit came out,
ages.
when all that shit came out about Millie Bobby Brown and her boyfriend, who was like, I think he was young, but he was still over 18, and she was under 18.
Yeah, that
and
makes
her
sense.
and her parents were like pimping, like pushing it. Like,
Yeah.
So I just don't think you can even get that famous if you have normal parents.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably step in the way of my kid getting famous because of all the weird shit.
I like
You know what
I like
mean?
how we're saying like famous like age doesn't really matter in fame, and it's just because of all the trauma you were forced to endure before you turned 10. It's like, you better grow up fast, kid. I'm gonna sexually harass the shit out of you.
It's like Harvey Weinstein's coming to your house at 14. Good luck.
Yeah, America's gonna sexualize you real fast.
You better just get used to it.
But that's the thing. It's like there's levels of fame, right? So like I consider myself like a Z-list celebrity. It's like I can't do stuff like that. I'll go to real person jail. That's the thing.
Yes.
You know? It's
doubt.
just like, it's like, oh yeah, we're in the same industry. We're social media people. They're gonna be like, dude, you're a fucking monster. It's like you're going to jail.
We both have an Instagram account. That's it, dude.
That's
we're not in the same industry.
That's it, dude. I've been doing this shit for since 2012. The shit that used to go out on social media is fucking crazy. It was the best era because it was the wild West.
It was wild. And you know what's crazy?
It was wild, but also it was so, dude, fucking Tyler I Am, Trill Withers had like a kind of a thread and also just retweeted a bunch of people yesterday, I think it was, talking about how much the internet's changed from 2011 when it was like 2011 is like he's just talking about meme culture.
Right.
And it was like the memes were like LeBron like went to propose to my girlfriend but got no rings, and it was like with like
Yeah.
you know like the
Right,
Times
right.
New Roman font over just a stock photo.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't believe the same internet created this. And the other one was just like, like they do it with the cartoons where they give like the laser eyes and make it all blurry.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was Bugs Bunny. And it just said, Chungus got the gungus. And it was like the funniest fucking thing. Bro, I gotta pull out the picture. I was like, it makes no goddamn fucking sense why it was so funny.
You know the other thing too, which I just realized like 2 days ago, it hit me in the shower. I don't know why it hit me in the shower.
As always things do.
But you know how like every era kind of had like a movie? Like, how old are you?
I'm 36.
So yours was old school.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I'm 32, so ours was super bad.
Super bad, yeah.
Now with the
I'm
culture,
33. I claim Wedding Crashers.
I try to claim both. I could claim both, but like I was a senior in high school when Superbad came out, so like that was like our movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if today's era is going to get those movies because they're going to get canceled.
Dude, they don't have.
You can't do a movie like that. Oh, let's get these girls drunk and fuck them.
Bro,
you can't write that.
We talked that with Jason Biggs, American Pie.
Yeah.
The whole school.
Just posting a girl naked.
When they had a whole school watching her masturbate through webcams.
And it was awesome.
It was amazing.
In 1999.
Also, just because of the way the fucking world was. Shit, Chungus.
That's the only way of laughing at that, though.
No, man.
If you show that to any 18-year-old, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?" But like,
if Apple made a car, would it have windows? Like,
if you go further back on the movie thing, right? If you go further back on the movie thing, listen to this.
Yeah, wait. You're 21.
22.
You're 22.
Do you have a movie?
Do you guys have a movie?
Probably Step Brothers.
Nah, that's us.
That's us.
Yeah,
that's us.
That's us.
Well, how old
Sorry.
when that came out?
Probably like 13.
Yeah. So what did you have in high school?
Yeah. What was your high school senior movie?
Think about probably from Seth Rogen. This is the end, maybe.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's not
That's not
bad.
bad.
That's not bad. But that's
not
not like a high school
Coming of age.
type
like,
movie.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is there was a guy that won an
21 Jump
Academy.
Street's a good one.
21 Jump Street's a good one.
Yeah.
That is true. There was a guy who won an Academy Award. His name was Matthew McConaughey, and he got famous off of being a statutory rapist in a movie. Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's what I love about high school girls.
That
I get
line.
older, they stay the same age.
that line.
And we said that line all the time. And this guy won an Academy Award. You couldn't say that in a movie, not in a comedy.
No,
you could
no.
say that in like a drama and like make it weird.
You would be the rapist. You'd be the bad guy.
Yeah.
The detective.
It would be like
you would be the villain.
Yeah, it'd be some weird
But
indie movie.
they don't have a movie because that's also not only because of the cancel shit, but like I just think the industry is like they're not. It's not like you just wait for a blockbuster movie. I subscribe to this YouTuber and I subscribe to this flyer. They don't have an it girl because everybody's just got their own fucking Instagram model that they like. They don't have anything that they all like align on.
High school,
old school was like
the best.
I think it is depending on your age. I think old school is the funniest movie of all time. It's 90 minutes, no romance story, no bullshit, just jokes, inappropriate, fucking ridiculous.
college factors in there.
Yep.
The other thing too is high school just doesn't fuck like it used to. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing: when we were kids, you smoked weed and you drank.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then now it's just like, everyone has
Shrooms
anxiety
and
and
shit.
depression. I have both clinically, so I'm just letting you guys know. Don't cancel me.
Yeah. I can make fun of this. I'm suicidal.
I can make fun of it. I've been in a mental hospital for 3 days, so I'm just letting you know. But that's the thing. It's like when I came back to my hometown, kids started like ODing and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody OD'd.
No,
It's
like
like
more dangerous now.
I grew up in a shit town.
Someone get their stomach pumped and shit.
We OD'd, bro.
Yeah,
We OD'd.
I had motherfuckers on my hockey team ODing.
Damn. So like that's
But you were in boarding school, man. You were in a weird fucking zone.
Yeah.
That's
no,
some
no,
weird
no, no.
shit.
That was kids back home. So like,
Oh, okay.
There's
There-
kids
there
I
we
grew
go.
up playing with.
The
Yeah,
Poors.
yeah.
The Poors were going to the Poors.
Oh,
Going to the boarding school.
I was at boarding school. We weren't fucking shooting up with intravenous drugs.
How poor could they be though? Because they're playing hockey. That's kind of a rich white sport.
Nah, like it's a rich white sport, but it's also a very blue collar sport. So like you go to play,
the bag is
like,
expensive.
Like if,
all the
if
gear
your
is like
dad
$7.
talked like this and fucking came home and had 6 beers with dinner, you played hockey.
Yeah,
because
okay,
you like
yeah,
to see
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
his kid hit people.
It's like Sean Penn's character from Mystic River.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a black leather jacket and
Yo,
a
his
fucking,
wife in that movie, one of the best ride or die bitches ever. I love her.
Yeah, she was a fucking monster.
When she was like, when he was feeling guilty at one point, and she was just like, "You are a king. You
Yeah.
are the king of this town, and you can do whatever you want." I was like, "God damn, this bitch is evil."
and then he fucks her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir.
yeah.
And then that guy is fucking dead.
Dude,
Blows his head off.
hockey is one of those weird sports where it's almost like a flight with first class and coach. Like if you go up in the rafters of a hockey game,
Yeah.
it's nuts. Fucking beers, it's awesome. First of all, it's a way better view of the game, and you have beers flying, people fighting, it's fucking chaos. And then down on the like ice level. Everyone's in suits.
I mean,
there's a stark difference between the two.
When
The
I-
amount of white excitement that was in that statement right there was he was like, "Listen, dude, this is the fucking
Bro, when
up
someone
here.
brings
It's the
up-
greatest fucking view I've ever seen."
When someone brings up hockey on the show, I'm like, fuck yeah,
No,
look,
but hockey is a better sport in person.
always.
yeah.
It's a better sport in person. I don't want to watch football in person.
No.
Fuck that shit.
I don't really want to watch any basketball. Like
Yeah, when the Knicks are good though.
and like when you
The
get
garden's
good
lit up. I
seats.
get tingly in my vagina.
When you get good seats, man.
yeah.
Like basketball to me is the biggest spectacle in the world. When you're like courtside or whatever, and you can see how big they are and how fast they are. Like it's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
So I'll put close like good tickets to basketball up against hockey, but otherwise everything else like just stay
Baseball.
at home.
I could be good never going to a baseball game again.
But you know what? Because
No.
baseball, you're not going to a
Baseball's-
baseball game. You're going to like a big ass outdoor bar.
Yeah,
If
when
you
you-
go to a baseball
yeah.
game and you sit there and you watch the game, that shit sucks. You get beers and hang out, and it's like because now they have these pavilions and these.
Baseball's
like
a
fucking-
second screen in person. Where like,
Yeah.
like you're more kind of hanging out. Like I when I go to a
When we do
baseball
our
game,
Barstool shit, we don't sit down. We have tickets. We don't sit down.
What do you guys go to like Billy's or something?
No, we
you're a
do it
Met
at
guy.
City Field. So like in the there's like
Disgusting.
a concourse out in like center field where they have like high top tables and you just get your beers and we just like hang out and occasionally like what
Yeah.
happened somebody
when I go to a regular season baseball game, I sit in my seats for an inning, 2 innings.
Yeah.
I'm bouncing around from different bars. Like Fenway's the same thing. Fenway's got concourse here, bar here, and I'm just checking out from all the angles.
When
A
you
baseball
go,
game's
are you-
actually great because of that. Because you're kind of like,
you don't really need it's like passive.
Yeah.
Will you go to Billy's or Stan's? Or you don't go?
No. I sit in the Legend suites.
Yeah, yo. Stan's is all right.
Stan's is
is
cool
like a
when I was,
blue
like,
collar beer
19.
spot, right? Billy's when it gets like the club vibe going. Yankee fans are the trash of the earth. They are garbage people, Goombas. And then when they're inside of Billy's, like
Can't
with
really
the
fight
lights
it.
low, fucking like unsa. If we could lock all the doors to Billy's and set it on fire every night of the Yankees game, we would be wiping out all of the skeletons of the earth. It would be great.
yeah, I like how you're like, we can't really fight it. Yeah, bro, I know.
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
see your
look
necklace.
at you fucking Goombas. I can't believe that's not a Yankee.
That's
hat.
just-
It's stunning.
That's just a light 3 carats in the chain. That's fine. Internet's been good to me.
Yeah, man. So yeah, you've been doing it since 2012, and,
Yes.
and that really was. I mean, the shit we used to say, man, it was the best, and I never thought twice about anything.
Yeah.
We were calling.
And I have something to say about him too.
about me.
No, him.
Him.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. The only person that ever fucked with me at this fucking company was this guy right here.
What did I do?
He used to blog my shit back in 2012, 2013. He's probably written so many blogs that he doesn't even remember. All of my friends who were like stoolies called me. I had like 45 missed calls.
This is when Sucky Titties came out.
Yeah, this is like 2013 or whatever. And they're like, bro, you're on fucking Barstool.
You made it.
You're on Barstool. And then I saw it was Feidelberg. So Feidelberg and like Chaps are like the only two people that fucked with me back then. But the weird thing about the Barstool audience is like, it was a song about sucking tits, and they were like, "Oh, this like sucks." So then I was just like, "Okay, this is kind of a weird audience.
It's a
like,
paradox.
it's a paradox." I was like, "So you guys just don't like tits, or like you guys don't like the song? What's
That
going on?"
was so,
Because it had a billion streams. So in my head, I'm like,
That
Wait,
was
you're
such
saying I
old
fucked with you in a
school.
good way. I thought you were saying I fucked with you like I did something bad.
"Oh
to
no,
you.
that's
you
like that's
supported
that's
it.
half."
How
that's,
fucking
that's,
white are you,
Yeah, that's
John?
right. Yeah.
I was like, what did I do? What did I?
No, no,
I
no.
Bro,
apologize.
did you-
On
if you
behalf
see
of the
my
whites,
face-
I
It's all right.
apologize.
It's all right.
Did you
That's
see
my
that
Puerto
face? I
Rican
was
nervous.
nervous. I was like, what?
What did I
I was
say?
like,
What
what?
did I do?
No.
I
You
fuck
were
with you. You fuck with me. That's a good thing.
I mean, I
John.
know that phrase now, but like
I fuck with you. It's usually I fucks with you, but I don't want to throw you that big of a
can't do the plural,
Puerto
man.
Rican curveball. But no, but then when Vine died, he posted a whole bunch of like top Vines, and he put me on there, so I get to thank you. in
Well,
person.
you
I
actually
appreciate it.
blogged a lot about Vine, but you also hated everyone on Vine.
I didn't hate everyone on Vine. I hated there was a 60-minute special about Logan Paul, who I've come to like now, and it was like, he was like 19, and it was all born of jealousy.
Yeah.
Where it was like they were with Logan Paul shooting a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. It's 6 seconds, goes to Vine.
Yeah.
And he fucking like catches a football and chugs a Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. And then he throws both things in the air and just goes, made 250 grand, and walks off. And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck that kid.
Listen, I like Logan a lot. I always tell people like who don't like him, like you're not giving him an honest chance if you actually listen to his shit and don't just fucking focus
Which
on
we
a
always
chorus,
say,
like,
but also I respect people because I'm not
So-
giving anyone an honest chance. I
right.
made my
I don't.
decision.
I'm not gonna research
Why
you
would
and
you?
shit.
Yeah.
Why would you?
And in the defense of everyone who hated them, like they came in so hot. They were not
Yeah.
looking to make friends.
Yeah. No,
When you're
well,
just
in the
like, I'm
beginning-
fucking richer than you, and I'm 20 years younger than you, and that was all your content. Yeah, motherfuckers gonna hate you.
So at one point, I was bigger than them on the internet, which is crazy to say. And anytime I spoke to them, they were super nice.
Yeah.
Jake and Logan, always super respectful. I did this roast session where I roasted all like these Viners that sucked, and a lot of them wanted to come fuck me up at one point.
Very sensitive.
So I was like, bro, fucking bring all your smoke. I was like, bring it. You guys are all out in LA. Come meet me in fucking Queens somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll call fucking Bobby and a couple other people, and they'll never find you again. But those kids were always super cool, and they'll fucking kick the fucking shit out of me now. So
now it's like,
now it's like they can do whatever they want at this point.
No,
But Vine was crazy. Vine was crazy.
and that's where you started, Vine.
That's where I started.
Was Suck Them Titties a Vine?
Yeah, Suck Them Titties
was
was
just
a
6
Vine.
seconds?
Let me suck them titties was 6 seconds. I didn't want to get a regular job, so I figured I would just talk to my phone for a while.
How old were you at that point?
23.
Did you go to school?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
So I went to high school. I was
As the law requires.
yeah. I went to high school as the state said I have to. So my parents were like whatever. So my parents didn't really have a lot of money, and then my grandfather, who was just like an Italian like slumlord, I love him to death. God rest in peace. But he would have like properties all over the place. So I grew up in this town called Hastings, right outside of Yonkers. You're in Westchester now, so I'm sure you're
Money
aware of
earning
Hastings.
Mount Vernon.
Money earned in Mount Vernon. So I'm sure you've heard of
Desperately
Hastings.
trying to get out of there.
Yeah, trust me. I have some Mount Vernon stories for you too. A great one actually that I'll tell you later. But so we were able to live in this nice town because my grandfather built this building in this nice Westchester suburban town. And I was really good at football. So I played football. They made sure I was good in school. They made me go to summer school a couple of times. And then it came time to go to college, but I didn't have the grades to get into as Chris Stefano says, white D1, which is Division III. I got recruited by D2 schools and D3 schools to play football. I didn't have the grades, so I went.
What position were you playing?
We actually ran the shotgun, so I was a slot receiver. Many pounds ago. Yeah. Many
okay.
many,
Quick,
many
take your
pou-
word for it.
Many pounds ago.
Yeah, surprisingly fast. One of those guys.
Yes. So I did that, and I didn't want to go to school. Nothing really I had no interest in school. I had no interest in doing homework.
It's like Feidelberg.
Well,
except
yeah,
you
but
went to six
Everyone
different
told me I
colleges.
was funny. Everyone told me I was funny, so
You
I was
seem like
like,
a smart
okay.
guy though. You just didn't. Did you not do any work? Like if you wanted to, could you have gotten good grades?
All right, so like when Matt Damon gets caught and he's like, "Come back here and don't touch this fucking chalkboard."
Shit is easy for me.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where it wasn't easy for me, but if I applied myself, I did more than above average in school. I just never applied myself.
Right.
Had a lot of behavioral issues. Like I threw like garbage cans in the classrooms. You know what I mean? Like I fought people.
I always wanted to be one of those kids too. I want to be a parent who doesn't send his kids to school, and I wanted to be a kid at school who just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was always like, oh no, the teacher's gonna be mad, and there was like Danny throwing fucking garbage
But
cans.
the
I'm like,
teachers,
"That's awesome."
but the teachers liked me because I had, I'm
funny.
yeah, I could charm,
Yeah,
I could charm them a little bit. So they were like cool to me. So basically, on my graduation day, I didn't have enough credits to graduate from high school.
Oh fuck.
And they didn't give a shit. They gave me my diploma and let me go. I was 3 credits short.
Oh, all right. That's
one
not-
phys
that's like
ed
one
from cutting it, and then 1 foreign language, and then 1 math credit. And they didn't give a shit. They hated me so much.
Like gym doesn't count. You already speak Spanish?
Enough.
You're good to
get
go.
by, yeah.
And like, who needs math?
no.
They'll have calculators in the future.
Yeah, and
the
it was-
iPhone's coming. Don't worry.
It was one of those things. And the iPhone came out, and I was like, "Listen, dude, I'm gonna work. I've worked every shitty job. I was a mover. I was a camp counselor. I worked in a fucking group.
Camp
home.
counselor was great.
I worked in a group home where
God.
kids would get off the bus, throw their backpack at me, and just be like, Mr. Lopriore. They go, Mr. Lowe, suck my dick. And these were like underprivileged kids, and
you're
you
just
can't
like,
hit them because they
"No,
already got
thank
problems.
you, kid.
You know?
I'd rather not. Can we go do this puzzle now?
Yeah. So what I did,
low
and then Vine blew up, and I started like getting ad money. So it
How
was
much
just
are we
like
talking?
a good amount.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're
Like-
talking like probably like. This is when ad people were stupid. Ad
Yeah.
people are smart now, just so you guys know.
You gotta like prove it to
Yeah,
them.
they wanna
It's
see-
bullshit is what it is.
Yeah, they want to see
conversions and they want to
Yeah.
make revenue.
Back then, they would just be like, "Yo, here's 10 grand. Like, sell
whatever.
this dating app
Yeah.
in a 6-second thing."
Right.
So I made a ton of money doing that, and then the app died, and then I spent it all, and I had no money. I had no fucking money,
But people knew you. But then you're
bro. It was like,
yo, people
dude,
don't-
I started delivering pizza after that, and people would be like, "Yo, are you the Vine guy?" And just be like, "Nah, like here's your pepperoni pie." You know what I mean? It was really sad.
that's
No
tough.
way.
It was
Really?
sad. You know how
That
many
hurts.
moments like I
That
had
hurts.
like looking in the mirror, like, dude, you had it and then you blew it.
No, you didn't though, because I don't think people appreciate how crazy it was that they shut down Vine. Like that should not be allowed.
It still doesn't make sense.
I know.
have a
I know.
little
I'll tell
bit
you
of-
why.
But you guys all like banded together and wanted money and fucked yourselves, right?
That wasn't me. I wasn't one of
No,
them.
but right. I mean the royal you, like
The
like-
royal
like-
me
like-
wanted money though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
The I feel like the Vine stars kind of were like, we deserve more money, and then
Yeah.
that was the downfall, right?
Well, the thing
It's
is,
like you
if
guys kind of overplayed your hand. I feel like.
for sure. And then if you really think about it, from TikTok did everything right. TikTok did everything that Vine was supposed to do. You open the app and there's ads there.
Right away. Yep.
They're skippable ads, but they're there.
But
You're
they'll get
swiping.
you every now and then. Yeah.
They'll get you. Vine had no monetization.
That's like Twitter too. It's like they never fucking did it right.
And we weren't producing enough money to keep it open, and then people got greedy for us to
But
stay on the
what
platform.
does that mean? What is produce enough money to keep it open? Like,
All
why
right,
can't
so-
that app just have continued to exist?
All right, so KFC Radio, I'm sure you guys are gonna backlog this and throw ads in it, right?
Not
or-
in this interview, but like
So what other shows that you guys do?
we lead into one with it. Yeah,
you lead,
they're,
you lead into
they're-
it. This is
We do live
fucking-
reads though.
so-
We don't. If you're talking about like doing like that like dynamic shit where you put it back in, like we just do live reads really.
right, but Barstool gets that check.
Yeah.
So that keeps all these
Yeah.
lights on, keeps these wonderful, beautiful young children involved.
Yeah.
Keeps you guys happy. So that's where that's where the
Keeps us
money.
employed. Happy, different word.
That's where the ad revenue keeps things alive.
Right.
Twitter is just an anomaly because so many fucking people use it.
Yeah.
It just became Facebook statuses for morons. You know what I mean? And I'm one of them.
But so
you know,
like so they're not doing ads, and that
they're not doing
can't-
integrated
They,
ads.
they can't afford to pay like engineers and shit like that to keep like the technology up.
So what happened
Because
was
I just feel like once it's out, it should just maybe you're not going to do upgrades
you got to
and all
remember
that shit. But
Instagram video didn't exist.
Right.
Instagram stories didn't exist.
Right.
None of that shit existed. So Vine was
Vine was
literally
the video.
It was the video app.
I
That's-
still miss it, man. I guess you can do that shit now on TikTok. But
Yeah,
there
but
was a gap for a while
TikTok's
where
like
you
the font's
couldn't
too
do,
small.
Yeah, all of it's
Yeah.
a little
too
bit
much
off.
shit.
Yeah,
You know, I'm just too old.
In the beginning, when Vine had the ability to film stop, nobody else did. Instagram eventually did it, but in the beginning, that was very useful for blog people. For I wanted to
Yeah.
make a highlight reel. Like, here's one hit, here's another hit, here's
Yeah.
like. And then that was gone, and I was like, "Fuck, I need that."
Well, it was also like good for like art people too.
Yeah, you guys did some
You
shit
know?
that was really cool.
There were like people that would like, who's that kid that like turns like a bottle of water into like an entire building? Who's that fucking kid?
No, I
I
know.
haven't seen that.
The editing, you know, all
Zach
those guys.
King.
Yeah, Zach
Yeah.
King. That kid can
And
turn
even-
anything
and
into
even if
anything,
it's-
and it was fucking amazing.
He's making so much fucking money doing commercials now. It's
Sure.
disgusting.
He's
and
so
the
rich.
kids on TikTok now who they do the thing where they pull their head and it turns and
Yeah.
they fucking jump into different clothes. It's like I know TikTok's like goofy and corny and make fun of dancing and shit, but there's some people who A are really funny and B there's the technical people who are making like mini movies out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of talented people out there. It's for me, thankfully, like I could sing and like rap a little bit. There's
That's an understatement.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that in a moment.
But there's a lot of people that are so talented, and I get a lot of my inspiration from watching other people just do cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing was like, I wanted to have millions of followers, like millions and millions of followers, brother. No Hulk Hogan. But like in my mind, I was just like, I sat down with another kid who I don't know if you've ever had him on here, but you should have him on here. Joe Santagato.
Yeah. Got him on my show.
Yeah, he's great. Me
He's
and him,
got big fucking followers.
you got big money
He's
too.
yeah. He's one dude.
Joe
I-
got some cake, bro.
I didn't know how to say it because I felt rude, and it's more on me.
About money?
no, well,
What do you want to know? I'll tell you everything about Joe's money.
I didn't
You guys
know.
want to know?
I didn't know who he was, and then I kind of got put onto him, and I look at his profile, and I was like, "This motherfucker has 1 million followers."
Yeah.
Like, he's the most low key million follower dude like in the
2
world,
million subs on YouTube.
and that he just doesn't fucking use.
Yeah, he's starting to
he
use it
has
now.
2 million subscribers that he was just like, I just don't use that anymore because like I don't know, I was kind of like embarrassed about it. I was like, are you
like
out
the
of your
artistic content.
fucking mind?
Yeah.
I was like, can you give it to me?
Yeah,
like, what the
let's
fuck
merge-
are
let's
you
merge accounts
doing?
with
Well,
Joe.
me and him were like on a big hunt for sub buttons. Remember that era?
No, what's that?
Remember we were trying to get like a direct link to
Oh,
subscribe to our
I'm
YouTube?
still fucking trying to.
I haven't figured it out.
But
I
we
just
have
figured out
one-
how to buy fucking Shiba Inu yesterday. You know what I
See the
mean?
guy who bought $8,000 of Shiba Inu.
No, I don't even know what. I mean, I know
Shiba's
what
one of those
Shiba
dumb
is.
fucking
Bro,
things.
You're not
It's-
gonna
it's
believe
going to the
this.
moon.
You're not
He
gonna
bought
fucking believe
this.
this.
One wallet bought $8,000 worth of it, and that was 400 days ago, a little over a year. It's now worth $5.7 billion.
Billion?
Billion.
What?
He's a billionaire. I don't know how you
it's-
take that
it's-
out.
But can you
it's all-
sell it?
That's
Like-
the thing. I mean, I
think you
definitely
can
don't think you can cash out $1 billion.
No, but you could trade it.
Start doing
You could
or
trade it for
to
like a Ethereum
Bitcoin
or some
ETH
shit.
or
I don't
whatever,
fucking know.
or start cashing out like I don't know. I'm gonna $100,000 for the rest every month for the rest of my fucking like generations of family. I don't know.
Dude, I want out, I want out right now. I want out
yeah,
now.
I
Give
know,
me
I know,
5.7
I
billion
know.
in cash.
Yeah.
and I'll
Right.
go home.
Or
I'm
Bitcoin
good.
or something that's
You guys
like
should make
more
a fights
stable.
coin.
Put your fucking mug on there with that mustache.
He's becoming a brand.
Yeah,
He is a
becoming.
brand.
He is.
He is a brand.
Bro, you know what will
But,
happen?
like, over the last year,
make
he's
Fights
become a
Coin.
real brand.
Everybody will get rich off Fights Coin.
Oh,
That is the way.
Before-
That is the way.
I wouldn't
Before-
want to make money. It would be.
Yeah, that's actually
money's
the only
awesome.
way Fights Coin will be popular is if you don't get rich off it.
Yeah.
And therein lies the rub. Like that's the only way.
Yeah, then if you get too many chefs in the kitchen, you know, it's going to water you down as an artist, and you're not going to love it anymore as much as you used to. I came up with a question yesterday in my head that I wanted to ask you. So you know how like people make those scenarios? It's like, yo, would you die to save this person's life?
Build a career off it.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
what it is. All right, so this is mine for you. Would you get gender reassignment surgery to save Feidelberg's life?
This is a great question.
Because you know people.
So
go
I gotta
to-
get.
I know
I gotta
my- I know
lose
my
my
answer.
dick and get a pussy.
You have to. Yeah. You get a vagina for the rest of your life.
Oh wow. I
It's
just
your
thought-
whole
I just
life.
thought boobs.
No.
Nah.
Full, we're
you
going
gotta-
no half measures.
No, you're going bottom top.
I think
To save his life, or he dies instantly, and not like Infinity War, snap and disappears. It's fucking
a brutal
horrible.
life. I think I'm
Yeah,
doing
It's
it.
like fucking VX gas.
Yeah, it's fucking real
bubbling
bad.
up, and you put the guy in his mouth and close it like in the Rock.
And they make you watch like Clockwork Orange, like they make
I
you
think-
watch.
I'm doing it because let me tell you why.
That's dope.
Guess what? You're doing it. You're getting fucked quick.
By you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll do it if Feidelberg fucks me.
I feel
do it.
like if I were to transition, this shit we would fucking skyrocket.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my god.
So I've been, but I can't I can't transition.
You get a
out of-
Spotify deal in like a month.
Right.
Literally, once
Yeah.
when Alex Cooper blew up, we talked to our guy who works at Spotify, and I said, "How can I get some Spotify money?" And he jokingly, but not jokingly, was like,
Transition.
become gay, become a girl. Like that's what's gonna make you separate from every other fucking duo male podcast. You know.
Those Spotify execs know what they're talking about. I'll tell you.
So I was like, so I'm thinking, but
how
if
much
I,
do you really love pussy?
ask
We
you,
pulling
I
on you?
I love your show, but what if? Just hear me out.
Just hear me out.
Hear me
Just
out.
stick with me. Yeah.
Stick with me. You become a woman, and he has sex with you, and then you start a show about it.
Bro, if we had an OnlyFans where you fuck me, forget about it.
So you would
but
do
here's
it.
the thing: if I transitioned out of greed, if people found out that I just transitioned because I wanted money, then they're no good. If people find out that I transitioned to save my boy's life,
That's what it is.
Transition out of
That's all-
love.
whatever comes after
I'm doing
is
it for the
God's
money. I don't give a
glory.
fuck about him. He would be like, "Don't do it. Just let me go."
Would you want him to do it,
Would I want him to do
That's
it?
a lot of guilt on
or
you.
would you
the
come
rest
to
of
him and be
your
like,
days if I'm
"Yo, just let
unhappy."
me die, bro"?
Like,
No,
I would, man, I just know, like,
I'd be like, "Bro, you got to get that puss."
I would have the fucking most fire pussy. I'd be like, make this shit perfect, dude.
The only reason I would do it is because I've always wanted to feel the female orgasm.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You know?
But do you feel it when you transition?
I don't know.
Like,
Can they give you a clip?
like you start shaking right like
going
I mean
to an ad.
I'd kill one day just to feel an orgasm that makes me shake rather than one that
Yeah.
makes me feel shame.
No, but no,
I get like I kind of
or
like
shake?
ugh, God,
I'm
this
jealous.
sucks.
I'm jealous of the female orgasm for two reasons. One, it's kind of hard to achieve. You know, because they can have a clitoral and a vaginal. Is that correct? Okay. So you can have a clitoral and a vaginal. So you have two different kinds of orgasms.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's super dope to me.
Like we got one.
That's double O's,
And-
double orgasm,
sometimes they're like-
guarantees to come. That's pretty cool.
sometimes
I mean,
they're
well,
good,
you
sometimes
got
they're bad,
fucking
but that's
guys
it.
have too. You just got to dig deep enough.
No, but they.
No,
that's different
I don't
types.
think that's true.
I don't think it's, I don't think
that's
I don't
true.
know
I've
if I'm
asked Pat.
courageous enough
No,
to find out.
I've asked Pat on Out and About.
what did
I've
you
asked. He was talking
Your
about
prostate.
coming from anal sex.
Oh.
Girls apparently could come from anal sex. I don't know if that's an act or not, but I've partaken, and apparently that's true. I don't know if they were lying because I was famous at the time. But like, my thing is, I've asked Pat, who is a certified gay man. Are you gay as well, sir?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you? Is it possible to achieve orgasm just from anal sex, and like to the point where you ejaculate, sir? No stroke, just straight.
Wait,
for you.
but wait.
Good
do
for
you,
you.
Do you have to be?
Good for you.
Can you go from
Appreciate
zero?
it. Fucking get myth
Can
busted
you
out
go
there.
from 0 to 100 just
Fucking myth
getting
busted.
fucked? Like if you're foreplay and all that shit, so you're kind of like 9/10 of the way there,
Yeah.
and then your prostate's getting hammered, so you come. But like right now, you're basically going from soft. If someone's just fucking you in the ass, can you come?
Right, but you fucking are so turned on by
Yeah,
this
it's
guy.
Skylar. Skylar comes in and he fucks your ass.
You're so turned on already.
But nobody's touched your dick at all.
Yeah, there's
you
no
go,
foreplay, you're
you
just
go
horny
from
as fuck.
pants on to dick in ass, no touching your dick. Are you coming?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried that, Kevin. I can't.
Well,
Okay. All right. Well,
What are you doing out here then?
Let's myth bust.
Seriously.
I've never tried Kevin
No
with a
pun
pussy
intended.
riding my face bike, but I
he's
could come
gonna
from
go.
it.
See, that's the thing. The when I see a female have an orgasm, I really want to know what that feels
Yeah,
like.
because they're bugging, man.
Dude, they go to another planet.
they go crazy.
They come so
And then
hardly.
when they keep rolling, it's like, you know.
Yeah,
I like
and
the-
then like they're like shaking, and then
Yeah.
you can kind of talk to them, and they still are coming.
blah, 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 blah.
It's like, does that feel good? And like,
You
oh
know
my
what? They
god.
just get straight
Well,
dumb. They
well, they're
get like dick dumb. You know
Oh,
what
they
I mean?
can't
Where it's
walk
like,
and
yeah.
shit. I'm like, this is first
I
of all.
swear to God, you could ask them simple math and they're not answering. They don't know shit.
I'm like, dude, I wish I could come this hard.
Yeah, right.
I wish I could
It's
come this hard
girls-
real bad.
This is the problem. They all, you complain about how hard it is to come, and I feel you because it probably is for you girls. But when you do, it's popping.
It's like a
off.
Mets championship.
I know. You know what? As I said that, I was like, people tell me about the Mets, and I don't agree with it.
I remember you saying that recently, and I was like, oh, Mets.
Never
there it
mind.
is.
I'm with you, girls. I sympathize.
A theory on the female orgasm that I kind of figured out through my travels is always kind of eat them out first. Mm-hmm. Everybody
I said
knows
this-
that.
I
You
said
guys
this.
are in your 30s.
What, are you coming here telling me the sky's blue?
No. If you eat them out first, you're on.
You're good.
Your time's good.
I said that. I told Whitney Cummings that.
You
She
can
was
come in
asking us about
45
sex.
seconds.
Yeah.
Eat them out first. They come and they're like, fuck me. And then it's 45 seconds and they're good.
And if somehow your dick game is good, it's icing on the cake. It's like
Yeah.
whatever, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if it's bad, they're like, whatever, I already came a couple times. Like, who cares?
And if you're looking to last longer in bed, don't get Viagra. Don't get Cialis. Get antidepressant.
you ain't never going to come, right?
Dude,
you see that tweet
that
that's
turns
going-
you into a cocksman.
Yeah.
Lexapro, first it makes you good. Anti-anxiety. So, general anxiety disorder gets rid of that for the most part. And then your penis stays hard forever.
But aren't you upset you can't come?
Nah, I come all the time. In the
Oh,
beginning,
so it's a good, like, because I saw, there's a tweet going viral that's like, me, I'm depressed, like them, here's a pill that makes you, like, never come and, like, overweight.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I mean, I'm on Lexapro right now. I'd be coming, Doug. I'll be honest.
trying to get that Lexapro bag?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lexapro, if they said, like, hey, man, like, side effects is, like, you could last a long time in bed, I think a lot more people would be open to antidepressants.
Yeah, it's one of those things like how Viagra was accidentally discovered as like a heart medicine for old women or something like that.
Yeah, and then like
Like,
Rafael
this shit makes you hard.
Palmeiro was trying to sell it. I was like, fuck this guy. I don't give a fuck. The day that I can't get a boner is going to be a rough day for me.
Well, I said, it's not that I mean.
I'm talking all the time.
Right.
Not like
Yeah.
drunk and it's like, oh, you're so
That's what I mean.
pretty, but my
The
penis
first-
doesn't work.
The first time that I couldn't get hard from when I was like sober and I was just like, it's just not happening.
Oh, that happened to
I
you?
was like, this is some. Like, I was like, that will never happen to me, dude. Never.
Oh, it did
Like,
happen to you, though?
Yeah, I'm in 36 now,
Dude,
man. It's gonna
stone.
happen.
I've had it happen stone sober, but it wasn't because of. It happened like years ago, where it was just like anxiety, like
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I was,
was-
I had shit going on.
Yeah,
I
it was
I
it was
hyped
my
up,
mentals.
Yeah, white people problem.
Yeah. I was in a house in the Hamptons. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready.
That's why.
It's gotta be.
I just got out of a relationship, but this is such a beautiful home your parents have here.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Pass
like
me
that's
the
why
microwave.
it happens, though.
Yeah.
I guess you can be straight good in your brain and your dick doesn't work just straight out of like the blood flow. I guess that hasn't happened to me yet. It's
It
all
becomes
like
mental, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
For me, it's mental, I guess. But that first time, I remember thinking like, I need my dick to not be as hard all the time. I can't wait for some of that because like my shit's always,
You know what used
And
to
then when it does happen, it's like, oh, this is absolutely mortifying.
You know when that used to happen to me was when I went to put a condom on. My mind was taking off sex, and now I'm doing science.
Honestly,
You know
all
what I
it
mean?
takes-
So now I'm just like, oh, this thing is going away.
all it takes is like 2
I'm like,
seconds of not stimulation. We always say like the
Oxygen kills boners.
Oxygen. Like
You gotta.
That's true.
It's got to
You gotta.
stay sealed. Like
That's
as soon as it
true.
comes out to go do something else,
You gotta bury that shit. You gotta
Yeah.
seal it up.
Yeah, yeah.
thumb it
yeah.
in and never take it out.
Because you don't. You just have to get it in there.
That's what
That-
you thumb
and
it
you-
in,
and
then
you could
and
stay
then
hard
kinda
enough.
You let it soak a little, and
Yeah, it's just relax, enjoy yourself a little bit.
You know what I think though? Sometimes
Cumming's great.
that can't be. Comes the best. I think when you thumb it in
Put an ad right there.
and
Yeah,
you,
go ahead.
I think when you thumb it in and it's like 3/4, and you think it's good, it's probably not for them.
Yeah,
I think
but
they're probably
that-
like, this feels like a floppy thing sitting in my pussy. And
No, they know.
you're- yeah, that's what I
they
mean.
know.
That's like-
This dick is al dente at
They
best.
know. They know
exactly.
But
And they're
that's
like
the other
going
thing.
along with it, but I think they're like, this just feels
But
like
they're
you know.
more. They're just as insecure, if not more, if you get soft inside them.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
But
he's
you're
not
so
attracted to me.
stupid. I cannot. I mean, how we've said this so many times on this show. Like when guys are like, "It's not you, it's me." When that happens, it's like absolutely the fucking truth. We want to fuck you.
But try something.
trying-
But try
we
something
wouldn't-
else. Like talk a little freakier. Get
Well,
a
that's
little
what I
freaky
mean.
nasty.
That's what I mean. Like,
You know?
we can
Let her
we
spit
can
on you.
get
Do
there.
some stuff.
We can get to the mountaintop if we all just
this-
agree that it's going to take a little
Everyone's
bit longer.
gonna come today.
Yeah,
Relax.
Everybody relax. It's
Everyone
gonna
in this
take
room is gonna come
a
there.
little bit longer.
We'll be fine.
I'm gonna sing you a lullaby or some shit. I'm gonna tickle your
Yeah.
ass. We'll get there, dude.
You know what's kind of hot too? Making a girl come and then not having sex with her immediately after.
just like letting that sit for a moment.
Let that sit because they want to fuck you twice as bad.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably get a blowjob out of that.
So
You
like
know?
you make her come and then you like get up and do the dishes. Or
No,
some shit?
yeah. You're just like, yeah, hold that. And then you just like walk to the living room and just be like, put the Knicks game on. She's like, where'd you go? I'm like, oh, like,
Had to catch the second quarter, baby.
I just wanted to finish you off. And then it becomes super sexy that like you're not dependent on coming, and then you get really good sex after.
You know what story Bert Kreischer told the other day? When he fucked his wife for the first time when they first started dating, he came. He said he put it in and like came. Like it was like a matter of seconds.
That's awesome.
Been there.
And was wearing a condom, I guess, so he could kind of get away with it. He said his move that he did with like multiple people would be that he would pretend someone was breaking into the house. So he would come and obviously not like, he would just kind of try to come quietly and be like, shh, shh, shh. Did you hear that?
Oh,
Did you hear that?
yeah.
Somebody's here. And he would get up. He would, go out wherever, in the living room, whatever, put on another condom, come back and be like, it's all good. Like, let's get back to work. It's
genius.
And she was like, I know you came, you idiot. Let's go.
That is.
But also, props to him for being able to throw a condom on and like, I guess, get back to work.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's-
I've
Sometimes
only,
you just need to change your scenery, slap around a little bit, and then you're good.
The helicopter. Yeah.
I've only
that's
had
all
it
you
happen
gotta do.
once, and I turned into a full blown like that. And you know what? I was like brought up like a fight earlier. I was like, you know what? Actually, the second I went in, came same deal in a condom, and I was like, what am I gonna do here? And I was like, yo, I'm not over that fight earlier. And we just like
You picked a fight.
That's
you
smart.
asshole.
Got
That's
into a
smart. The
full-
relationship mattered
That is-
more.
Yeah, I
That
was like,
is
yo, this is
crazy
yeah.
manipulative.
This isn't
That is
right.
so
right,
fucked
right,
up.
right.
You just gaslit a vagina.
Yeah.
It's kind of
damn.
fucked up. Out here gaslighting puss.
Yo.
It's not cool. Can we still say pussy?
Puss?
Is
I
that-
say puss
I
all
say
the time.
puss. I don't say pussy anymore.
No?
Why? Because you're a pussy?
Like someone's a pussy?
No. I'll call a person a pussy. But like,
I think it's worse
Well,
if you
you-
call it
you-
a
yeah,
puss.
but there's words you have to figure out with your partner that
Yeah.
are acceptable to call their vagina.
So,
Like some girls are weird to be like, call it my flower. I'm like, ew, I don't want to do that.
bro, a chick tells me to call her a flower.
Dude,
She'll
the
kick rocks.
girls
This is a
who
weird
use
question,
the,
too.
Like the fucking like the juvenile terms for pussy are that's so much grosser than like axe wound or some shit like that. If you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is my hoo ha.
Oh,
like,
I
eat my
hate that.
You're an
Like
adult
the JJ
woman.
and
What do you
shit
call
like
call
that.
it?
Yeah, yeah. They're like,
you
lick
can
my china. I'm like, no, your dad.
Dude,
gave
if-
you that.
But
I don't
also,
want that.
but a lot of words, there are like pussy is kind of like vulgar, but like vagina feels like a doctor term, you know? There's
pussy's
no-
only good if they say it
yeah.
first.
Or they
Then
say period, you know?
A lot of pussies are coming out of my mouth.
Yes.
At that point,
But
they're like,
also
eat my
it
pussy.
matters-
I'm like, whoa.
Well, I also think there's a difference between like if you're in bed and if you're just like talking. Like if a girl is just using pussy in a conversation about her pussy.
Bro,
You know
I
what
go
mean?
I
You're
go
not gonna
pussy
say
off
cock
the
either
rip.
unless you're having sex.
I'm more gentle with
sucks.
cock than I am with pussy.
Cock is only when like you're in the heat of the moment.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
mean-
that's got to be
I think
almost
cock
like
is a white-
Cock is only
to-
when I'm fucking hookers.
Cock to me is like nuclear bomb shit. You got to turn your keys at the same time. We both got to say cock. We both got to be on the same page.
like, suck my cock is so gross.
It is.
You know?
Suck my cock should be illegal to say. I'm all for freedom of
you
speech.
guys are crazy.
but suck my
You
cock
drop a
should be
good
like-
suck my cock in the moment.
We're out here
you're
breaking
nuts.
ground.
Yeah.
Or wait, what about if
We're
she
moving
says
the culture
it?
along.
If she can say whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, if you're both saying cock and you're on the same page together with
They
cock,
can say
that shit is
cock.
fire.
If you
Kevin,
say
they
suck
can say
my-
cock. We can't say
Once
cock
they say
anymore.
cock and open the door to cock, you can say cock.
No, I
Yes!
believe I can, but I don't though. Because if they're like, I want that cock, I'm be like, oh, you want this cock? I'm like,
Yeah.
I also
I
feel like
crossed the
cock-
line. I
I
get
crossed
it.
the line. I'm sorry. I'll give you this penis.
I do yes, you know what? Because if you say you want this cock, that feels like you're about to deliver some dick. Like you better be able to back up. the
First of all,
cock.
your dick better be huge.
That's
if you're
what
calling it cock.
right. Because what I do,
All right.
what
Don't
I
bring a pee to a cockfight.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't use the word cock because I
Okay.
don't have one.
yeah, but what I should say is I'm gonna give you this penis. 'Cause
My
when you're about to
penis is
get-
not a
you're
cock,
Gonna, you're
bro.
gonna get some penis sex. You're not gonna get some cock sex.
You're getting straight pee tonight.
You're gonna get my wee wee, my willy. You're about to get my willy in your vagina, not my cock in your puss. Okay?
So let's agree. Over 6.5 inches with some girth can say cock, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I don't meet the specifications, but what I'm saying is, you better have a monster
Yeah.
if you're gonna
And I
say.
think-
if
and I
you're
think-
a man and gonna say cock, a girl can call anything she wants.
Yeah,
Dude,
a girl
and-
can literally do and say whatever she
They've
wants.
earned that
want-
right to call a penis whatever they want.
Yeah.
I want the girls to start doing this now. If someone calls it a cock and they don't have, if someone says suck my cock and they don't have a cock, take out a picture of a cock and talk and be like, that's not a cock, this is a cock.
Get out your vibrator. Get out your fucking dildo. That's a cock.
Are you intimidated? Are you? That's not a cock.
You went crocodile
Oh
Dundee on
my
his
god!
dick.
It's funny because it's true. That's why it's funny. You can't lie on your dick like that, calling it a cock.
Like
Dick is
your
good.
dick is down there. I just got a fucking Charlie horse from laughing too hard. It's the oldest moment of my
That's
life.
36. No boners and Charlie horses from laughing.
Oh my god.
Let me ask you this though. Going back to the
Your cock would be looking at you going, "Go 42 and call me a cock, bro. Come on, you're writing a check you can't cash here."
I don't like to ask girls what they prefer, but I wanted to ask you. you have a daughter. What does she? No, just give me a second. Give me a second. Come
on, bro.
What I know when I become a parent, I'm not gonna give my kid like play names for their vagina and shit. Like I'm just gonna be like, that's your private parts. Like that's your vagina. Like I feel weird because I feel it's weird. It's weird to be like, all right, let's take Mr. Timmy out. Like people name their like
even shit like my swimsuit area,
genitalia
like
shit. Like why are you naming your kids genitalia? Like
because then on the chance you have a weird kid who just continues saying it his whole life, you're like, what the fuck? Like, people are like, what? People are like, did your parents touch you? Because like that's the only reason you would be stunted.
That's why
in this age.
Like if a girl is just like fucking eat my flower, baby, I'm just like, who gave you that name?
Yeah, like your fucking dad probably. Yeah,
I don't want that.
I don't even like
want this
saying.
trauma.
I don't like saying potty and pee pee and poo poo and all that.
You just said you have to go potty, right?
I don't even. I do.
I'm gonna
I
get
do
off
say
of
that,
this
but I
in 2
don't like potty. I'll be like, yo, you have to go to the bathroom. You gotta take a shit or what, man? Go piss. But I will also say the problem is, I think you gotta come up with something because, like, right now, I don't even know how to talk about these things. My kids just call everything butt.
I gotta pee out of my
butt. They
butt.
just think like the whole thing is butt.
See, that's good.
Back, like, front and back.
That's good.
So
I want
like,
my kids to be as dumb as possible. I'm not saying your kids are dumb.
No, they're dumb.
I'm just saying I want my kids to be dumb. Just be like, oh, I gotta pee out my butt. I'm like, this kid's cool.
Right. That's basically what they're
This
doing.
kid gets it.
That's
and then
what
when he
they're
comes
doing.
home and goes, somebody touched my butt, I'm gonna say,
Well,
which
was it
butt? Front butt or
Yeah.
back butt?
Basically, we got front butt and back butt.
Yeah. Now we have we have a case.
Yeah.
I think that's Mattel's fault because Mattel.
They got because they gotta like.
It's all butt.
Label it?
If all butt on dolls,
that's
dolls
kinda
are
like
all
the
butt.
problem,
They
yeah.
even put the butt on the front. You could give it slick if you want, but they have it like butt.
There's like a little.
That's true.
Little
And
lip.
then also like Barbie didn't have a vagina giants, and then Ken didn't have no
dick.
pee either.
Yeah.
Ken has a pee. He didn't have a cock.
Ken's got a cock. No, Ken's got a cock.
No.
that had a
You think
hair?
Ken had a cock?
Ken had a
Ken
fucking
has
cock.
With like a 5-inch inseam bathing suit. Just fucking thick, rotted.
Just fucking
No.
mushroom head
Ken
sticking out.
has a thin but long and very clean circumcised cock.
Oh, he's
That's
definitely
it.
circumcised.
He's
that
so
goes without
scared.
saying.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. That's what it is. Are you circumcised?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You guys suck.
Oh, you're rocking
no.
a covered wagon?
Let me tell you
I
something.
can smell
You
your
wanna
dick
know-
from here. That's why you're
No,
wearing the
no,
Dior.
no, I'm gonna
That's
tell
why
you.
he's covered up with the Dior.
I'm gonna tell you. For all you guys that are uncircumcised out here, we have had enough. I want you to stand up right now. I want you to take your pants down. I want you to look at that fucking hooded penis, and I want you to stand there fucking proud and say, "This is my penis. This is my original, natural, fucking as God created, or whoever you believe in is up there just making rules."
Can your next
That's
freestyle-
your penis, my friend. Okay, and you fucking be proud of your Italian heritage. Okay?
Are Italians on
Guinea-
top, fellas?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
Oh, they're proud
Italians,
of it.
Greeks, and like people who were born in Europe that aren't like Russian Jews.
Can your next freestyle be about uncovered, unsnipped dicks?
Hell yeah, dog.
Represent for all the
I'll call that
uncovered.
I'll do a whole mixtape called Tales from the Hood. And it's gonna be all uncircumcised fucking tracks.
I swear,
know
yo,
what?
the uncircumcised community will flock to you if your next joints are about
Uncircumcised dicks are coming back, dude. I don't know what you're thinking, man. Because you know
What are you gonna tell me? It feels better for the girl?
No, I'm not
No,
gonna
it
say
doesn't.
anything
Girls
of that.
hate it.
I gotta spend an extra 30 seconds in the shower.
Yeah.
I'm always late to things because of my penis.
Well, I think it was Winnie saying.
I was
this,
almost
think.
late to here because I had to clean my penis ASAP, and I'm wearing sweatpants. It's gonna get fuzzy. You know
Winnie
what I
Cummings
mean?
has a theory that
She got
uncut
peed
guys
on, right?
are yeah, big time. Yeah, she has a theory that
Hollywood.
all uncut guys are actually the most clean because like they learn about cleaning their dick early and they clean
Yeah.
everything. So you guys are actually the most. And I'm like,
I mean, I
don't
wouldn't
think you
go
know
at it.
guys. Like,
My
I
thing-
think there's a lot of guys who just let that shit rock.
My thing, I had a very uncomfortable relationship with my uncircumcised penis for a long time. That was a long statement, but I've had a
That's
very
a mouthful. That should be the name of the mixtape.
Yeah,
I had a very uncomfortable relationship with my uncircumcised penis for a long time.
because I don't know about you kids nowadays, but we used to get naked in front of each other, and people would make fun of my penis all the time.
I bet.
Bro.
Why would you get naked in front of people? You got an
Because you want to
uncircumcised
know
dick.
why? You want to know why? Because I wanted to be a fucking trendsetter. And I'm telling you now, people are worried about the environment. People are worrying more about plastic and shit. People are going to start worrying about cutting their kids' foreskins off.
I actually don't disagree with you. I think there is.
And you're Jewish, right?
I'm not Jewish.
Oh, Feidelberg.
I'm just undercover.
So I was like, you had to get it cut. That's why I heard Feidelberg. So
Feidelberg. I should be Jewish. I'm not.
Yeah.
But
so your credit's like $650. If you were Jewish, you'd be like $810. Yeah,
I think I hit 670.
You hit $670.
We're in
Credit
that
Karma
range.
refreshes like every 3 days. You'll be good to go. I've never met a Jewish guy with bad credit. By the way. Never in my life.
They are that everything you just said is true though. Like they are
even
not
the credit thing.
Like
I'm not being. Listen, all my friends are Jewish, and their credit is immaculate. They bring out these credit cards that weigh 478 pounds.
like this thing.
I'm just like, damn, bro, we buying the whole restaurant.
Dude,
He's like, nah, I'm just.
Here's my fucking red Bank of America ATM card.
Yeah.
Pins 2468.
Dude,
you need it.
I'm 33 years old. I had a debit card until I was 29.
Bro, I had a
still
debit
rock
card
that
until like
now.
last month.
Yeah.
Credit cards are a slippery slope.
Yes, that's why I don't fuck with them. I mean,
They're
I have
very
one.
scary.
I have one, and I put like big expenses on it in case shit goes wrong. Because
Right.
American Express always has your back.
And you got kids and
but
shit.
like, yeah, but my everyday spending, I don't really fuck with it because it sneaks up on you, and all of a sudden you're like, I maxed this shit out.
Do you want to know how much I spent on Ubers last year?
Oh.
$17,000.
What, bro?
I spent 17 grand on Ubers.
That's some Brewster's Million shit. How can you spend $1 million in a day without anything to show
about
for
being
it?
a fucking
Ubers,
asshole.
bro.
Ubers and
DoorDash
fucking
and shit.
DoorDash and
But at least DoorDash, you're getting some food. You get some. I don't know. I guess even Uber, you're getting some convenience. But half the time in this city, it's you're sitting in traffic for fucking half the time.
my thing is I don't ride the subway.
Ever?
I haven't been on the subway in 4 years.
I'm a
over
huge
it.
subway. I love the subway.
Nah, see, yeah, but you look like you belong there. At this point, I'm not trying to make fun of you. You can protect yourself. Like they see that mustache and they're like, I'm gonna give him some space. You know what I mean? I'm in there smelling like Dior. I got a fucking Rolex on.
Yeah.
And shit. I don't belong down there. I'm afraid. And it started actually.
He's just like, you're a dirtball, bro.
Yeah.
No. I love
Both
Feidelberg. No, he
things
can
make
do no
sense.
wrong in
That's
my
right, I
eyes.
fucks with you.
No, he fucks with me hard. He could do no wrong. You have to play the part on the subway. You have to
Yeah,
be.
no,
You have
you-
to be a stone cold killer down
Absolutely.
there.
You gotta
I'm a
have the
fucking
look. You gotta
bitch.
have the fucking. You got peacock up.
Yeah, you got to
flex on it.
peacock
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah.
put your shoulders out and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing all that. I'm a fucking pussy. You know, if a guy came up to me, he could be 47 years old and be like, I'm raising money for my youth basketball team. I'll give him all the
There
money
you
I
go.
want.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm like, here's all this money, sir.
What was the last time you were in a fight?
That's a good question. About 3 years ago, I beat the fucking shit out of someone in a van store.
You know what?
In advance.
Oh,
Yeah.
a Vans
In a
store. I
in a
was like,
sneaker store.
For what?
Okay, so I just got out of
Prison.
the mental hospital. So I had a
I had to make sure they all knew they made the right choice.
Yeah,
That's why you go fight someone with a pair of
They were like,
slip-ons.
fuck.
So I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I quit all of it like cold turkey, and started getting like horrible panic and anxiety from it.
From quitting or from
From
doing
just
it?
withdrawal and
Right,
not
right.
doing it. You know what I mean? Schneef was great. I loved it. It was awesome. It's one of the most fun drugs. Don't ever try it.
What is it?
Cocaine.
Cocaine, Schneef. You know.
Such a loser.
Yeah, it's all right. You're dead.
It's all right. You don't fucks with it.
Yeah, but you're also 36, so your cocaine was like actually cocaine. Nowadays, don't do that
It's just
shit.
meth.
Yeah, now you're gonna.
Yeah,
fucking
don't
die.
do that shit now. But I had like a nervous breakdown, and I went to Lenox Hill Hospital. Shout out Lenox Hill Hospital.
Shout out.
Yeah, so I was there.
We
Just
all
got
been
out,
there.
baby.
Yeah, baby. They're good over there. They're good people over there. I was there for
Did a
3
bit
days.
myself.
I was there for 3 days, and like I never went to therapy or anything. I have an Italian and Puerto Rican mom. Like,
Absolutely.
therapy was just like
You're a puss.
get something thrown at you. That was it. So I never really had that. So I learned, I actually got diagnosed with bipolar when I was there, which was kind of like I was embarrassed about that too. I was more embarrassed about my uncut penis, but bipolar, I was afraid to like tell my friends and family and shit. But when I got out, I was still very like high on edge, like very on edge. So I was with my ex at the time, and we were in the van store, and this guy would not shut the fuck up. He's like, I've been fucking waiting here for my fucking Black Panther collab van sneakers, screaming at the top of his lungs. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like, dude, you're gonna get your sneakers. Cause now my heart's going like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, like, hey man, listen, like we're all gonna get our shoes, like it's all good. I was there looking for shoes to go to Italy with. So I was just like, yo, we're all gonna get our shoes. And he goes, was I talking to you? So I let that go. I'm gonna let that go. I'm sorry. Like, if someone's like, was I talking to you? I'm like, you know what? This guy's having a bad day. I said, all right, that's fine. He keeps cursing and keeps yelling, like, this fucking place sucks. I've been waiting here 45 minutes. And I was like, yo, bro, now you have to stop. Please stop. And he goes, this is none of your business again to me. And then my ex makes the mistake and goes, it's everyone's business because everyone can hear you yelling in the store. And then he goes to me, he goes, control your wife. And the only comeback that I could think of to say was, she's not my wife.
Man, I barely know this woman.
I'm like, I'm not even married, bro.
I haven't signed a single paper, bro.
We've only been dating for 6 months. Only spent one Valentine's Day together, motherfucker. She didn't even call it a cock. She still calls it my penis, man.
She just saw my pee-pee for the first time last night.
And it's uncut, so fuck you, pow!
So I was just like, she's not my wife. And I was like, oh, dude.
No.
And then he was like, you know what? I'm not good. They were like, all right, sir, calm down. Like, we're going to get you your shoes or whatever. He goes, you know what? I'm not buying these shoes unless you kick him and his ugly ass wife out of here.
This is obviously a white guy, right?
Yeah, super white. So I literally do the most movie shit ever. I go, what'd you say?
What you talking to me?
What'd you say? And he goes to open his mouth, and I tell you, dude, I landed the cleanest shot that I've ever landed, ever in the history of my life. And I used to box for like 6 or 7 years.
So you could throw hands.
So I could throw them. So I landed the cleanest fucking overhand left that I've ever landed in my life. And this guy just folds like a fucking lawn chair in the middle of the van store. But now,
so just one shot, one and done.
Yeah, but now remember,
so now
I just
like literally knocked out, or
yes. I'll tell you.
No.
So now, listen, I'm I'm just out of hospital, so I have a lot of pent up stuff. So I kept hitting him.
Oh no.
So have you ever seen the movie? You ever seen the movie Jarhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall.
All right, so there's like a scene where like he freezes and like pisses his pants, and you can't hear anything. Mm-hmm. I couldn't hear anything.
Like,
I was just like
ringing, like
yeah, it was like
it's just like yeah.
And then it all came through to me with this fucking van's manager. He was like, "Yo, man, stop, bro!" Like mad slow motion. Snap back. He's like, "Dude, chill." And he was like bleeding out of his mouth.
Oh, were you just wailing on him? Like,
yeah, it was
those
bad.
are like those World Surf videos where their hands are like.
It was bad.
Oh,
so
I
if you see like my hand here, you see how there's no knuckle here?
Yeah.
I lost it in him. I lost it inside him.
What?
So you see like my
what does that even mean?
Did you kill him?
No.
How you lose a knuckle in somebody?
No, yeah, I've broken my hands before, but I completely shattered my hand just getting after it. So that happened. That story happened. This was like 10 years ago, so like statute of limitations are gone, I think.
I was gonna say, did nothing.
No. What happened was
Did you just run?
Oh no. So what happened was he was not moving. So now I go from to please get up.
Yeah.
Please get up. I'm so sorry. Please get up. So he gets up and he like comes to a little bit. I think it's like a tooth came out. And he sits on the thing and just sits on the thing, goes, I want my shoes. So he like
fucking sneakerheads, man.
No, because as soon as he said you and his ugly ass wife out of here, the entire store groaned.
Yeah.
Now I'm challenged. Yeah. I'm a fucking man now.
Yeah, it's like I know I have to do something.
And then there was this like typical white dude. He was like, "Come on, man." Like when he said that.
Gee willikers.
I was like, that's not cool, bro.
Sake.
So I'm like, I can't let this guy stick up for
right.
my
I don't
my
need your
girl
help
at the
right now.
time.
You're making it worse. Yeah.
So I was like, dude,
I
have to kill this man. So I did that, and for some reason, I was like, I have to run away now. Like, because I'm not.
I'll tell you the fucking reason. You're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, and the Vans people were like all burnouts. They're like, oh man, like I think I gotta file a report about this, brother. And I was just like, I'm gonna go. But he was being such a dick that they kind of were like, get the fuck out of here. This guy was harassing staff, and I felt, and he took a step towards me.
Yeah.
I'm off meds. I'm very anxious. And my personal space was invaded. I'm gonna light you up.
Yeah.
And so I'm scared. I'm a better fighter if I'm terrified. I'm not a macho man at all. So that my ex actually takes napkins out of her bag and throws them to him.
Nice.
Which was kind of cool.
Nice.
That's that fucking
Yeah.
rush hour.
Yeah, clean
You
yourself
got blood
up.
on you. Clean
You're
yourself.
dead. Wipe yourself off. You're bleeding. So for me, I think I'm like Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. I like throw her in a cab.
Shaving your beard and shit.
Yeah. I run 3 blocks, get out of the cab, jump in another one. But yeah, that was like
God damn.
that was like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. I've retired though since.
Yeah, let's keep those knuckles intact, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, it's I've never been a physical person ever in my life, besides playing like football. But in that moment, so many things in my life just came to this
it came all out.
screeching halt.
Yeah.
And I couldn't function as a person normally. I just couldn't do normal things. I couldn't shower by myself. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't go to
Shower
work.
by yourself? Oh, boy, that's a tough
Dude,
scene.
it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Showering with someone is even worse than that.
Dude, having somebody
I just had a panic
having
attack
somebody
in the
sit
shower.
there and watch you fucking shower is fucking embarrassing. But I'm afraid to close the shower curtain. This is how bad my anxiety and my panic was.
Why? What was it? Just I don't know. Just like a mental thing. Like,
Bro, when you do a lot of drugs and then you do a lot of alcohol and then you stop doing that, your brain needs those receptors. So now everything that you fucked up in your brain is looking for those things. And my brain could not find them. So my brain was like, who are you? Dude, I thought people were coming after
but
me.
what
for
specifically
days.
is like the shower and like not being alone? Like,
You just have
need
this
someone around you at all
You have
times?
this feeling of like impending doom that you're gonna
so
die.
just someone to be there, be like, it's all good. You're okay. You're okay.
So when I first started having like panic attacks, I went to the ER 9 nights in a row
Jesus.
with no insurance.
Ooh.
I had to pay $75,000 in medical bills.
You have that?
I didn't pay it,
Yeah.
but
I got $100,000 medical bill. At home that
I
I've
don't
never
pay
even
that.
looked at.
They
Yeah.
literally sent it to me. Shout out Lenox Hill. They were like, "Oh, it's less like 74,000." I literally ripped it up and threw it in the trash and just watched the baseball game.
I think that they send medical bills and they're just like, we hope you pay, and if you don't, we're not.
Yeah,
Like,
because
but
you
if
want-
you're a sucker and you do, like, bonus for us.
So what I had to do was I went and got my chest checked, everything checked, blood, brain. I was like, I just need to make sure that I'm not physically really dying. And all these
Every night.
doctors were just like, bro,
You're good.
you're not dying, dude. Like, you're actually good. You have diabetes, but we'll get to that later. You know what I mean? But he's like, but other than that, you're good, bro. So
Dude, at least they were nice. I remember the first time I went for a panic attack, and they were like, sit in the corner, here's a bottle of water. Stop being a pussy. And I just sit in the corner with like some Orthodox Jewish dude bleeding out. And I was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be here.
Right.
The
Yeah,
first
like,
time,
be
the
fair.
first time I ever had one was cocaine related. So I'm sitting with a friend of mine. We're playing like NBA 2K18, and I just doing a line, did a little bumpski, and I said, "Oh no!" I said, "Uh-oh, I think there's something going on because this ain't the usual cocaine stuff that I feel." So I'm like, "Dude, what's going on?" So now I'm hyperventilating, which is something you do when you have panic disorder. So I'm hyperventilating and I almost pass out. And my boy's like, holy fuck, man. Holy shit, bro. Somebody laced this shit. Fuck, man. So I'm like, yo, you got to get me to a hospital. I get to the hospital, and the nurse is like, did you do any drugs tonight? I was like, no.
Totally natural. Just right.
Yeah, that's what you do. No. It's like when you were a kid, and they were like, do you smoke weed? And I'm like, no. But they rip open my shirt. I get in there. They go, is it your heart? And I go, yeah. So they think it's my heart. So they're strapping the fucking AED or whatever the thing is. What is that thing called when they test your
EKG?
EKG. AED, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
EKG. And then the nurse is there, and I go, psst.
I did some cocaine.
I tell her, I go, come closer. I was like, I did a little cocaine. and then she was like, all right, thank you for being on it. Now we can do other things. I'm having this panic attack, right? It's so bad. I'm like, my friend is there. I think I'm going to die. I pull him close too. I go back and clean my apartment. Because if I died, I don't want my parents to be like, oh, this guy's a fucking drug addict loser dying all over the place. So I was like, okay. So they're like, all right, so what's going on? I was like, it's my heart. They're like, oh, they're doing the test. They gave me some Ativan. Literally a minute later, I was walking around like, what's up, guys? I was like, what are you doing? I was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I think I can go home now. And then I went home and did more and went back to the hospital. So that's why I knew. I was like, yo, I have to
You gotta
stop.
be the dumbest motherfucker alive.
I'm telling you, bro, when you hear people
9 nights
coming
in a
here
row
and
is
talking
like
about
you're like Norm in Cheers, bro. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
Danny's back. What up? 132. Go ahead.
fucking
Hop in
cast
the
and
bed.
shit. That's when I knew I had a problem, though. And that's when I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to go and get this help. And I haven't used drugs or drank since.
You got the podcast too, right? You got a mental health podcast?
I got a mental health
One-on-one,
podcast. Yeah, One-on-One Life called Off the Cuff, where we talk to licensed therapists, we talk to professional athletes, actors, and also the listeners too.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that, and we talk about just like our mental health journeys, what we're going through, and try to just normalize it. You know, I like to tell people I was crazy before it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm retro.
We've been
I'm
talking about that
retro. I'm
recently.
retro crazy.
It's
You know
hard.
what I
It's
mean?
hard to like. I don't want to ever like make fun of or belittle anybody if you're coming out and talking about it. But there's there's a lot of like bandwagon shit going on right now.
My
It's
thing
like,
with this
all
is,
right, we know.
My thing with this, especially like being a mental health advocate myself, don't say you have something unless you've been tested and
Fucking diagnose, right?
big diagnose. And I'm not saying just like, oh God, like I'm so OCD today. That shit doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But it's gonna bother other people.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, dude, like there's some girl like pulling 4 hairs out of her head.
Who like can't leave the house.
I can't leave the house, and you're just like, you have OCD because like you cleaned your room. Like that's not
But it's
how it
also
works.
tough to be like, I
don't
wanna
like
be,
dust.
measuring stick shit. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
like-
your struggle's not hard enough, but you do have to recognize there's levels to it.
Yeah, like there's levels to it. I really only like to talk to people that have a medical diagnosis or they're a medical professional. Because one, they know way more than I'm talking about. I just have cool stories about getting fucked
Crazy
up.
shit,
Yeah.
That's what I always say. I'm like, I am not someone who's like gonna like. I'm gonna entertain you with what happened to me. I'm never gonna try and give you advice or be like, whatever. Like I'm just gonna tell a story. If you can laugh at it if you want.
Right.
You can not.
You
a
can
lot of-
vent, you can relate, you can whatever.
lot of
I'm not
people
here to
be like,
educate.
I take medication and it works for me, but I don't go around just being like, yo guys, you got to do that. You got to do this. Do whatever you and your family and your circle want you to do. And by circle, I mean the medical professionals around you. It's just we've gotten to a place with mental health where it's very easy to claim a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. And I'm not here, like you said, to be the measuring stick and say this person's not depressed. But go see a doctor and somebody who went to college for 14 fucking years that really knows what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Because one, let's try and fix the problem. And two, don't spread the message unless it's not
That's the real
authentic.
message. Yeah, absolutely.
And that I think in the mental
That's
health world, we're kind of in this limbo where we talk about it so much that people will be desensitized if you don't go and get that get looked at by a doctor.
Because I also
The
think there's
looking
a
at
difference.
though gets dangerous because if you think you have one, maybe just live with the one. 'Cause I remember the first time I went and then I got like my receipt and it was like
I got them all.
he's like, hey, you got 3, and I was like, I got 3.
Yeah,
I just had 1.
all the boxes.
but
I-
I'm sitting home
there's also
googling like
people-
what codes mean and shit.
People have like struggles.
It's like,
yeah, I got an
what's-
089.
like, what's this
072,
diagnosis code? Oh
13,
fuck! Now I got anxiety about the anxiety. Son of a bitch.
That's why it's like it's hard for me to say. It'd be hard for me to say I'm depressed if it wasn't you okay.
Oh god.
What happened?
He's depressed.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that on camera?
Did you hit your lip with something?
I
Bottle?
caught the tail end.
Oh, double shot.
I
Yeah.
slammed it in.
Yeah. Were you one of those red lip Gatorade kids?
Those kids just soaked it, man.
What was
But-
wrong with
wait,
those
wait,
kids?
Who the
They were
fuck
just like-
wasn't a red lip
No,
Gatorade
I feel like they
kid?
just let it sit like this.
I'm like, dude.
Oh, I didn't
You're
drink
a
like
freshman
that.
in high school. Stop drinking Gatorade like that. Put your whole mouth on it.
Just stained. It was just stained.
Fucking stained. They would get like, remember Vita Pup, like slushy mouth and shit. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get any chicks with this fucking red lip.
Did you go through Accutane?
Nah, I never had acne in my
But like,
life.
did your school like was that your generation?
Yeah,
You guys had
I
that,
went.
right?
Yeah, my the kids
I
like.
had kids who had like their skin fucking
Oh, they had, like,
falling
they
off
had
and
Popovich
dry
face?
shit.
Yeah.
They just look like young
Edward James
Popovich.
almost. Yeah.
pulling off chunks of it.
Apparently,
Gross,
like
man.
that makes you into like a murderous
Oh yeah, you
fucking
straight
maniac
suicide.
too.
Oh, that was suicidal.
Everybody
yeah,
killed
yeah.
themselves. Like, oh,
That
man,
was- we-
you
we've
wanna
said that
pimples, you wanna
before.
kill yourself. One or the other.
Well, we're like the most tested on generation. They're like, here, this kid needs medicine. Try this one. And then like you had like you had a pimple on picture day for prom, and you're like, Mom, I need to see a dermatologist. And he's like, all right, try this. And he's like, now you're trying to hang yourself in the attic.
You had one pimple,
think
or
it
you're
was-
jumping off a bridge.
Just give
Yeah.
it 3 days.
Instead of giving this kid Accutane, just throw him a little fucking concealer, a little contour.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
teach
know-
a motherfucker how to
Teach a
contour.
motherfucker
Hell
how to
yeah.
contour, then you can be a makeup artist. You can turn this into a
Acne
thing.
can be, obviously like debilitating if it's real bad, but also with all this shit, sometimes it's like you're gonna go through just like struggles in life. That doesn't mean you have like a mental health problem with your brain. It's just like you're going through a patch where like work is hard or family's hard,
Or you're going
whatever,
through
and it's like-
puberty,
right? Like, there are
which
just
is normal to
changes.
feel weird.
Yeah, right,
but you should
right.
also
Right.
Talk to a therapist then.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
I think everybody should just have to talk to therapists all the
everyone
time.
should have to talk to
say as I'm not a
therapists. It should be mandatory in school that they
Right.
talk to somebody that's not related to who fucking was the 9th president. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know, teach a
Right.
kid how to write a fucking check.
Yeah.
Teach a kid how to save money. Teach a kid how to buy land and invest. Something I'm still learning.
Yeah.
At 33 years old.
Teach him how to buy Shiba. You know?
Yeah, teach him how to buy Shiba Inu and stop teaching the kid fucking Latin. Nobody fucking uses it. All right? Nobody needs to do long division either. We have calculators, you fucking dork. Nothing's a bigger flex than a fucking math teacher. Like, dude, we get it. You're a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to hear that shit.
There's that guy who goes viral. I guess it was years ago. He could just look at all the numbers really quickly. And
I just
add them
wish
all
I
up.
was a nerd.
Remember that guy?
I just wish I was a nerd. You know?
Nerds are hot, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming from a place of jealousy. Yeah.
I'm coming from anything you say, and I say maliciously, is from a place of
Yeah.
jealousy.
Yeah. That's
I'm just
pretty much
letting you
the whole
guys
fucking
know
world.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like Adele's skinny now. I'm mad at her. You know? I thought she was one of us. You know? But
She's a traitor.
she's a
Stabbed her
traitor
on the back.
because here's why she's a traitor. I don't know how she got there, but I'm happy for her.
Well, who cares?
My thing is,
You get there with
even
money.
if
You
she
get
got-
there with hard work. Who
yeah,
cares?
that's why I don't want to hate. That's a very like don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
I got
situation.
money
That's
or
a
whatever.
very
I'm gonna pay for
WWE.
this. I'm gonna pay for that, and I'm gonna get there. Fuck you.
I wish that I could get a lap band and just eat a fucking egg every day.
And feel good, like I'm full.
yeah, it'd just be like that. But I just know I just love food. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like exercise is trash.
Exercise is garbage.
But-
Diet is really garbage. though.
Diet is garbage. But I will tell you, in terms of mental health, now that I've started to exercise more, I actually sleep at night,
Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes a big
and I
difference.
feel a lot better about
Yeah.
myself in
Yeah.
terms of being insecure,
Mhm.
uncircumcised penis or not. I feel a lot better. So that's what. Try things. My only advice is try things before you try, medicine and
Medications
stuff.
and shit.
Just try stuff, because I'll tell you this: I had to get off benzodiazepines for my panic disorder, and that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Like
that's
this
a
is things they
motherfucker.
don't tell you.
Yeah.
So there was a lot that went into it. I did it very scientifically. Don't do it without a doctor being around.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're there. You know what I mean? Especially if you have health insurance. You know, I love health
Yeah,
insurance.
and if you don't, just don't pay the bill.
Yeah, and then if you
throw that
don't,
shit
just
out.
tell people you have a problem and they'll figure it out. People will tell me all the time, like, I don't have health insurance. I'm like, bro, just go. You don't have to fucking pay that shit.
Yeah. Really. Seriously.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Like, you're going to want to fucking hurt yourself?
It doesn't hurt your credit, all that shit, like,
Over a
it's- it doesn't-
$4,000 bill? Bro,
Yeah,
live
no.
in that bitch.
It really. It's. There's no reason to pay for it.
No.
Just don't do it.
If you learn anything from me today, do not pay
your
medical bills.
That seriously is the biggest fucking
Okay.
lesson you can learn. Teach
That's
that
the
in school
biggest
too.
one- yeah.
Teach third graders. One day you're gonna go to someone's gonna call you an ambulance, which is totally unnecessary, and it's gonna cost $3,000. Just don't pay it.
Yeah, bro, save that money, get veneers, and start a fucking TikTok. you don't
you
have
go.
to worry about all of that shit.
How's the
think
podcast with your brother going?
It's going great.
Yeah.
It's going great.
The latest,
man.
the Halloween freestyle was fucking
Yeah,
fire.
I appreciate that. Freestyling for me, I started doing it when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Because my brother is 40. So he would get rap albums when they were cassettes. And he would throw them to me and be like, yo, listen to this album. And it would be like Cool G Rap. It'd be Capone and Noriega. It would be Onyx.
All my favorites.
Yeah. It would be Cameron from back in the day, like Confessions of Fire.
Yeah.
Cameron, before like Goofy Dipset shit, Tribe Called Quest, all that shit. So I had this ear already to
I don't even. I
And the
don't,
rhythm.
I don't think it. I mean, yes, you need that, but like I could listen to all the music I want, and just, you guys have.
I
a
mean,
brain.
you got a diss track out there though.
I mean, I got that.
You know what I mean? You put shit on wax is all I know. I don't want to fucking say
Freestyling
the
is a
wrong thing. I'm gonna end up getting
different
dissed on this motherfucker. You know?
That when you can freestyle though, I feel like you need a brain that like one part of the brain's working while the other part of the brain's thinking 2 levels ahead,
You
and
want
like
to know why I started really doing it though? White girls think it's really
the
cool.
best.
Yeah.
White girls will fuck anybody who
A
can
white
freestyle.
girl sees a guy rapping
When
and it
we-
makes sense. You got a shot, brother.
Dude, absolutely.
Especially when you're
like,
16.
Yep. I can't
You know what I
imagine
mean?
that. When we had Cal
He's
from
cute. He
from,
raps.
When we had Cal from Time Flies come through the office, he did like a 3-minute freestyle where he just walked through the office and everybody handed him a different word.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was puddles.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a tsunami coming through the office.
And they don't
It was
understand.
crazy.
They don't really have to understand any of it. As
No,
long as the
no.
ink seven to the pan, set to the man. They're like, oh, this motherfucker spin. You know what I mean? That's why it becomes a situation where I was like, yo, white girls really think this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm a Puerto Rican Italian kid in like this all Jewish town.
You're standing out.
Let's ruin some families.
Let's
you know what I
have
mean?
some very unhappy fathers.
Yeah, let's get some dads upset. My GPA is a 1.9. Everyth's off.
If you are a slot receiver, so he's like, he's got some white blood in him.
Yeah. And then I was 5'9", 185 pounds. I could catch football. They're like, that's where the white checks out. You know, his 40 time isn't great. So for
Shoots
me,
his free throws.
yeah, for me, it was literally, I could shoot free throws with the best of them. But for me, that's really what it became is people were like, yo, just start rapping. So I used to rap every day. And me and my brother would rap battle each other every day.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were developing the show, I said, what could make us really stand out from like other podcasts and other shows? And I was like, we're going to do an original song every week.
Which is fucking hard.
So we have 40
an original
episodes.
song or original like a freestyle?
Original song. Dude, we have songs with hooks. You've
Yeah.
Then we
But
just do
how-
freestyles.
So you have one written every week and then a freestyle?
I don't
Or
write
it's
shit.
Yeah, it's always just off the top.
I don't write
right?
anything.
Yeah.
No. So, and my brother, I'll just be like, yo, just catch it. We'll listen to the beat. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go to one and then just come in with like a chorus. Or you come in with
It's so
whatever you
funny
want.
fucking too. Why the way you guys cut it where
Yeah.
like, the latest freestyle where you're spitting and he's like
Oh, he's just there with the
doing
knife
weird-
dancing?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
So
funny.
like when there'll be times where if like he's not feeling the beat, I'll be like, dude, I'll just do a freestyle for like 3 minutes.
It's crazy. You go for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like good though. 'Cause
Yeah.
there is a lot of freestyle where like you said, where it's like you just rhyme like man and fan and then you kind of repeat it and you do a lot of like
That's an awful hot
like
coffee pot.
Yeah.
that
I love that line though. I do love that fucking line. That's one of my
But
favorites.
yours has like multiple syllables and like callbacks and I mean
See,
it's
like even
crazy.
like Roan that works here, I admire what those guys do.
But
Because-
he always says like because I think that shit's crazy, but he's like the guys who can do it off the top. It's fucking
Yeah,
unbelievable.
because this dude's remembering fucking 4
whole-
rounds.
yeah.
This guy's remembering a fucking syllabus and shit.
It's
Like,
like an album in his brain.
yeah, and he's just like coming at this dude about his mom, and it all makes sense, and like, he's killing it. So I remember when I first talked to him, I was like, dude, I really admire what you guys can do because I can't even remember my own fucking address. So the fact that those guys can do all of that
But
shit.
that's crazy that you can't like your brain can't do one thing, but it can do what it can do.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a scientific reason
really
for it.
think
I
there
just
is.
chalk it up to being stupid.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
No, I think it's total. I swear to God, donate your brain to science because I want to see like
For sure.
I would love to see what brain functions going on when you guys are freestyling.
Yeah,
Because
I don't want to see the results. Not much. But no, like for us, that's why I was like, dude, now when we go do tours and shows, we have a music element to our show
That nobody else
that
has.
nobody else really has. Nobody else is really doing that. Where they're every song, people just watch our show for the songs sometimes.
But could you do it again? You can't do it more than once. right?
100% I could.
No, you can't. You can't
Yeah,
repeat
bro.
the same freestyle.
No, if I was
But,
gonna
you know
do
what I
if I was gonna do a live show, I want people to have their own freestyle.
Right.
Because-
Okay. But that's what.
But if they're like, yo, do fucking
like I can't ask you to do. That's just how it is.
no, but I'll
That
do it
is
though.
The funniest. That's just how it is. Is just.
And another reason,
It's just
yeah.
mumbling. It's
Yeah,
so
just-
fucking funny. It's like not real words.
That's one of our
but it
huge
is-
ones.
It's
My brother
funniest
kills
I've
it.
ever seen.
My
Yeah.
brother
Oh, that
blacks
is-
out on it, and he doesn't make any
That's
sense.
how
on
it is.
That's
It's-
how it is. Our other thing too is we like to kind of flip hip hop on its head a little bit. So rap music is notoriously homophobic, extremely homophobic.
The gayest rappers in the world.
They are so homophobic. Like if it wasn't for Jack Harlow, like rap music would still be like super homophobic. It still is. So we'll do like a lot of gay rapper shit because we just want to. It's so ironic that even if a dude was gay and had fire bars,
He'd be like
he's gay.
Yeah.
He's gay.
The gay
like Lil
producer-
Nas X is not a lyricist. He just makes very catchy music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like he'll say he's gay one day and then he's not. Like so, I'm not figured out on Lil Nas yet. But besides him, he has to go. I love that he goes full send.
Oh yeah.
He ain't taking no half gay measures. He's going full.
No, yeah.
And that's what you have to do. And I hope there's some other rappers out there that are super talented and can break that mold. But we just do that because it's super ironic to hear a rapper with fire bars also be super sus.
The video, it's like
the gay
producer
DJ?
with the gay ad libs.
Oh yeah, let me suck that dick from the back, boy. it's like a gay DJ premiere.
It's so funny because
Sweppy?
there's really like a lot like suck my dick from the back and like let me see that dick, boy. But then there's one that's just like I've been in the gym working out.
Oh, you've been in the gym, huh? Yeah, so like chopping up gay samples, like that shit is funny because it's just a naturally. And that's the other thing though too is in rap music, you could really say a lot. Because the people that are usually doing it, their ancestors went through a lot, so that's their struggle's different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It doesn't give them a right to be fucking homophobes.
Right.
But the other thing too is, you don't hear that in country. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Jews in Manhattan. Like they're not gonna do that. You know, it's like too many gays outside tonight. Like they're not gonna do it. You know, that's why it's hip hop is a very weird. You love hip hop. Do you like hip hop?
I do. I mean, I don't.
Are you okay with it?
I couldn't tell you.
It's tough for us because when they say the N word, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like
you know, you might say it in the shower. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying you might say it in the shower, but if you go to a live concert, you're gonna gauge.
Yeah.
You're gonna gauge.
You know what is funny too, though?
You're gonna see how many mouths are moving.
Gotta read the room for a moment.
And everyone that goes to concerts are white.
It's such a useful word in rap too.
It's the best filler word of all time.
It rhymes with trigger and bigger and like there's just so many things that
you got to throw an A on both of those.
Yeah. Kevin said that. I slid back. I'm like, Jesus.
He was like, it's bigger. Trigger. I'm just like, no.
But I think Lil Dicky was the one saying that too. Like he's like, I wish I could use it. It's so useful
and then
in rap, but I can't.
And then people came out after him. They were like, he made Chris Brown say the N-word 45 times.
Oh my God.
I was like, he didn't say it though.
Right.
It's fucking comedy.
Right.
It's very hard.
Now, when every sorority girl in the world filmed themselves screaming it 45 times was a different story.
That's a tough one.
That's a hard.
And they're like, what? What? What'd I say?
Because it was
Chris Breezy.
It was one thing when they would get caught singing like Gold Digger or something. That song where you say it so many times in a row.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You had a lot of times to check yourself.
It's a lot. Didn't. But that's why like New York is a weird kind of place because like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, they use it a lot.
Right. And it's like,
but if you go down south, that shit doesn't fly like that. You know, dude, I was in Florida. I saw some wrong people say the things. You ever been to Florida?
Yeah.
A lot of shit goes down
Yeah,
there. I see people pull semi-automatic weapons over parking tickets.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not the same place. It's not the same place.
Well, what do you got on the Island Boys? Island Boys.
Let me tell you
the white
something.
boys playing Cuban who say the N-word.
Well, those kids have been trying to get on for a minute.
Yeah.
I've seen those kids before all over the internet.
I had a conversation with your brother about them.
Oh, he's the best.
His
I'm forcing him to come next time.
If
you think I'm cool, my brother's way cooler.
Very fucking funny. Because his buddy, the Island Boys or whatever their names are, do this thing where they do IG lives and they let like regular fans come on and talk to them. And Mike's buddy like destroyed them on their own IG live, and so Mike has like known about them for like a couple years now.
Yeah, me too.
And the way he talked about him, he was just like. It was, just pure disgust.
Oh, my brother hates
these fucking assholes.
So my brother was huge on Vine too. He had 1 million followers. And
yeah.
Shit. But he like did more kid-based stuff. Like I've never had a child audience. I've just been talking about poop and tits. Right. You know.
Yeah, you had the mature audience.
I have a mature.
I only have the Rhodes Scholars.
You know, I have the Rhodes Scholars. People that can take a joke. But sometimes, like, I do have like Kanye moments though. Like when he was on Sway, he was like, "Are you gonna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?" You know, like I want to make like serious music, and then like I'll make serious music to be like, "This is cool," but talk about a fucking asshole. I'm like, God damn it,
dude.
So I kind of like typecasted myself.
Have you done like a album?
I have a whole album ready.
Yeah, ready. But not out.
So I was with.
Because I think there's enough people who are always like, "Yo, these are actual bars." Like it's funny, but like also you're like really rhyming.
Let me tell you something. Like I was saying before, people are like in this thing like I need millions of followers, I need millions or whatever. Get 1,000 followers that will buy anything you put out.
That's
every month.
That's really the key.
That's $10,000 a month. You're fucking chilling. You can live a very comfortable life. Maybe not New York City.
Outer boroughs,
but
maybe.
But Toledo's
Queens,
nice this time
maybe.
of year.
But I'll tell you, 120 grand from doing whatever you want. That's way worth it to me. That's way worth it to me than going to have somebody else be my boss. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to sound like a little fat Dame Dash over here, but like, my thing is, Joe taught me a lot about that. Joe Santagato. You know, that kid's been making money since he was like 20.
Yeah.
And he's younger than me, but he's like an old brother to me. He's like an old head when it comes to figuring out how to monetize yourself, how to advertise yourself, put yourself out there, network. He's awesome at it. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gone and done my own thing.
Really?
You know, because I used to do a show with him. I did a show with him, Basement Yard, very successful show. You know, we had a talk.
What happened there? You just wanted to go on your own?
He
still does Basement Yard.
Yeah. With Frankie.
Yeah.
So I was engaged, and then I called off my engagement, and I needed some time. It was just a lot. So when you're with somebody for a long time, you get engaged and you break up. It's not like you're just packing your backpack and getting a little stick with a little ball.
Stick in
Yeah.
it.
That's not it. There's
Right.
credit cards involved. There's leases. There's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So I had to take time to do that. And I didn't take the time off. I kept doing the show, and it started to show.
Really?
You know what I mean? I wasn't being as honest with him about what was going on in my head and in my life because I just went through something so traumatic before that. So we had a sit-down conversation, and I said, listen, bro, I love you so much that we don't want this to ruin our friendship.
Right.
I much
to become resentful.
I value you way more as a friend than as a dude that puts money in my pocket.
Right.
You know, and I don't want to further disrespect you. That's where like my Italian shit comes in. I don't want to disrespect you to the point where you think I'm putting the show on the back burner, but I got to have a little time to figure myself out. There was some stuff going on in my life that I wasn't particularly proud of in terms of just how I was carrying myself. And we had a long talk, and we're still great friends to this day. We send each other TikToks every day. We talk every day.
That's the true measure.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
if you
the
send
definition
TikToks
of
to each
friendship
other,
is so funny.
it's who you send TikToks to. That's
My grandpa's like, we're great friends. We fought Nazis together.
Yeah.
I send TikToks.
See that guy?
we are pussies.
Oh,
I mean, our athletes
biggest,
are pussies. This is where I'll use pussy. Our athletes are pussies. We're pussies. Dude, Ted Williams had to stop playing baseball to go fly a plane.
Dude,
Bro, and then
Ted
came
Williams-
back
the
and
war!
won MVP.
Bro, and then went back to war, and then came back and won fucking
yeah.
silver slug, not silver slug.
Crazy.
What do you call it when I was there? Triple crown.
Yeah.
Triple crown.
He won like triple crown MVP, triple crown with bouts of war. In
Yeah,
between.
dude. This dude
And
had
being,
like this guy,
was a fighter
this dude,
pilot.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like I was just in like the medics.
guy
or
won a
whatever. He was
triple
fucking
crown.
shooting down planes, doing dog fights in
Yeah,
the air.
bro, doing barrel rolls like
Yeah.
Star Fox and shit.
Right.
And this guy came back with probably like Nazi bone fragments in his cleats. This guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah, no, we're so soft.
If I got drafted today,
I would dodge the fuck out of the draft.
so hard,
Bro, I'm going right to Canada in a heartbeat.
And like, listen, I don't claim to be like a woke person. Like, there's things I'll support on the internet and stuff, but like, I'm not a marcher. You know what I mean? I can't wake up at 0500 and start walking around. I'm not doing that. Fuck you.
Absolutely not.
You can suck this uncircumcised dick. I'm not fucking with that shit. And then like people will be like, I know the Barstool audience, so I gotta be careful here. They're very it's America. But
Not our
not
show.
yeah, no. That's
Not
why,
our show.
yeah. But sometimes it'll be like a little too much. It's almost like, you know how people say respect your elders? I'm like, this old guy could have been a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy's in the Klan.
Not could
This
have
dude's
been.
this dude's
Definitely
80
was.
years old and white. I guarantee you he's racist.
Smart money says he is.
Yeah.
So I gotta let him cross the street. Fuck this old dude, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Respect your elders. What the fuck have you done for me?
Right.
Besides be a fucking
What do you
a
think-
bump in the road.
What do you think we're doing something right now that the next generation will be like, no, fuck that guy because he did. I have to respect him. What do you think you're doing right now? Probably saying pussy too much.
No, probably saying pussy too much.
That's probably it.
But no, but I want people to just look at what I did and just be like, my whole thing in my entire life is when I die, I want people to go to my funeral and be like, you know what, he had some problems, but this is a good
Good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all right.
That's really
Yeah,
what it should
that's
be.
all I want. People to
'Cause
show up and
I
be
feel
like,
bad.
you know what, he had his shit, but he was a fucking good dude.
I feel like when somebody dies and everyone's like, he was the best, he was perfect. It's like, well, then something's up, man. I almost want it to be like, well, there was some years there,
Dude,
but he bounced back. You know,
so my grandmother died. Sorry to hear
that's
that.
what they do, man.
That's what old people do. They die. That's what old people do. They die. So my grandma died, and we all went up and said these wonderful things about my grandma, and it was not a dry eye in the house. And then my uncle, who's also dead, got up and was like, well, she used to beat me. And the entire funeral home just goes, ah. We're like, is this dude really? And he spoke last. So the last thing I heard about my grandma was that she used to beat him all the time. So now I don't know whether I'm going to put her in the ground with a smile or a frown.
The 70s were wild, man. You could,
dude.
You could hit the shit out of kids.
And the other thing I want when I die, too, is I want Bluetooth speakers on my grave, so when you come, you can play whatever you want.
Oh.
Yeah. Just vibe out.
Yeah.
Vibe out. Just be like, yo, let's bump this tune.
I like that.
And I want flames on the side. And while they're lowering me, I want them to play Highway to Hell as I'm going. You got to think of this stuff. I have a will that's written.
Ready to go?
Yes.
How
that's
you
written.
want to be buried?
That's written in it. Yeah. I originally wanted to be cremated and shot out of a cannon, but that I don't think my family can afford it. And then I don't understand why people are like, sprinkle a little bit of me into the warning track of Yankee Stadium. I'm like, no. And then they're like, sprinkle me like, I'm like, dude, one spot.
Yeah, pick a spot.
I'm not running all over the place for a dead person. I'm sorry.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like a little
That's
bit
one of those
here and
things-
then in the Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm like, I'm not doing fucking dead homework, bro. I'm not doing it, bro.
I'd
I'm
read
not
that. I'd
doing
read your
dead
will.
homework, dude.
You leave me a will like that, I'd be like, well, just pretend we did that.
Yeah.
Like, he'll never know, bro.
Dude, my will is just going to say, I don't care.
Throw me on the trash.
I don't.
And I also wrote in my will that I do want a military funeral. I want bagpipes and shit. I want an American flag draped on my shit. I'm going out offensive.
When they do the full
And have everyone-
together.
Yeah, I want someone to if I die just by getting hit by a car, I want someone to show up with an American flag and give it to
White
my
gloves,
mom.
yeah.
Have your
She's
parents
like, oh
think
my
you were like
God.
a spy? Be like, you tell your friends, like, yo, what's wrong with this? But like,
He served his country.
Yeah, we were in Cairo. They're like, we didn't even know we were in Cairo. Exactly.
Yeah. Remember how Danny said he
Exactly.
didn't speak Spanish? He spoke 11 languages. And one of them was Latin. No, that's why, dude, I really think about the next generation a lot because I just think what we do for a living, we can't constantly kind of have to look forward to what's going to be next. I just want to give people the advice of enjoy what you're doing though. Realistically, you wouldn't come here if you didn't enjoy what you were doing.
Right.
You know, I always say there's a Mount Rushmore at Barstool. You know what I mean? There's these guys are good. But then I also walk through the annals of the office. I feel like a lot of people are scared to work here. Is that a thing?
Once you get the job here,
I
that
see
you're
some
scared?
fucking scared faces in
Yeah.
this building.
No. It's
Every time I
it's
come
not-
in here, I'm like, yo, where's the funniness? I'm like, yo,
No, it's definitely
yeah,
not.
where's
like a-
Rob Gronkowski?
It's
I'm
not,
like, yo, what's
it's not
going
a
on?
light atmosphere. It's definitely
It is.
That shit is like a war zone out there. It's
Portnoy-
fucking
Bro, look at the
Portnoy put
construction
the
of the
fear of
building.
God
This
in
is
a
like
lot of
fucking
people.
tapping away.
This is like fucking Pacino's office in Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
It's all fucking
I've only seen the nice
stone,
parts.
dark.
You know what it's like? You ever seen that Will Ferrell SNL sketch where he's like that crazy boss? And Pierce Brosnan's coming for a job, and he's like, yeah, well, it's really easy. And then someone brings him a piece of paper. He's like, you're so dumb. You're an idiot.
No, listen. This place here, Portnoy built it on competition and fucking be the best, and we're not doing positive reinforcement here.
No.
And so people get here, and it's you have the opportunity, go run it, but it's not gonna be fun and easy.
Yeah,
and
because
nice
you
and
came
shit.
up, you were like, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up? And then it just got really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I came around, the lighting in
Right.
here is to make people scared. There's a lot going on here. I was terrified. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can
No,
do
it's
it.
heavy. It's heavy.
4 p.m. every day, it just starts playing screams over all
Yeah.
the speakers.
It's like, buy fucking stocks. I'm just like, dude, all right, fine.
Bend to the moon!
And you've been here
Since 09.
since
9 and
pretty
10.
much the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm 10. I think October 10, so I'm close to 11.
Can you believe sometimes when you come to work?
No.
No, this is crazy. This is nuts.
It was.
But it
I
also was
always think,
steady
like,
enough. It was
Some
enough that it
dude,
was
there's some
kinda
dude with security with a Barstool golf shirt
We
on.
got,
I
we
said,
got,
what
we
the
got
fuck?
2 security guards now because Ebony doesn't actually do any security. I said, why do we have 2 security guards? And they said, because it's only one of them is a security.
I love it.
It's great.
But think about where you guys came from.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You have to take time to think about
Yeah.
that. And then also it's what's next? Where are you guys going and what is you guys want to do? That's what.
Well, that's
the worst
why I
part
like
about
what
it.
like you and Joe, guys like Joe do. Is like I do want to do it on my own one day because we've always had like a safety net.
Yeah.
We've always had the backing, but doing it on your own is a whole other fucking ball game.
Doing it on your own is a whole other ball game. So here are the pros and the cons. You make more money. That's a pro. A con is you have to pay your taxes. Another con is
I'm gonna get sued.
You
and
get
shit,
it. You
though.
get no. You won't. You won't get sued. You won't get sued.
You
Bing
don't know
Bong
me,
might
bro.
sue you.
Yeah, that guy's a wacko. I'm starting to learn more about Bing Bong guy. He's a wacko, dude. I'm very comfortable where I am on this side of history. Bing Bong guy is gonna be the next internet weirdo.
I look at it like this, bro. When it comes to merch, everybody steals everything.
I'm also, dude.
Nobody has original merch. I'm sorry.
Listen, also,
I'm sorry. You really don't.
I did not steal any merch.
I'm not saying you stole.
There was no merch.
I'm not saying
there was
you
no
stole
merch
it.
to steal.
Not saying
but
you
also,
stole
you're
it.
right. It's
I
like
ride
it's
for you.
it's every man for himself
I
out
fucks
here.
with you. I fucks with you and I fucks with you. I feel bad, and I always wanted to talk to you about this in person. Maybe we'll save it for the other show, but I don't know how you're still standing as a person. Because
Barely, bro.
you've
Barely.
been getting dragged on the internet for probably 10
now.
years.
Yeah.
How do you recover from that? I've got the skin now. I've got the
Yeah.
skin.
Well, that's the thing.
But how'd you
know what
recover
happened?
from it? I stopped giving a fuck. I read shit.
Yes.
Can't do that.
See,
No, but I'm not a pussy. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read that. Somebody
I
called me
also-
still fat so the legend of still fat was I lost 35 pounds. And everyone was like, bro, way to go, man. You're fucking doing it, dude. You're awesome. And then one dude just goes, still fat. And I lost it.
That's so fucking mean.
I thought it was so funny though.
You're
and I said, you know how I'm
so
gonna
bad.
flip this? I'm
Oh
gonna
my
start a
gosh.
fucking clothing line
yeah.
and make thousands of dollars selling it.
right.
So that's what I did.
I also once I went through some real shit, and the hate, like there's some hate that fucking hurts.
Gosh.
And then that
I've seen
makes-
you take some real shrapnel before I knew who you were. Before I really before we started talking, I
This
remember
is the
just-
meanest question to ever ask anyone, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you
is,
know,
but
you know how
nobody-
fucking
but this is
all the
something-
shit that people say.
But I
But this is
feel- I
something
take pride
nobody
in it
else.
too, though.
This is something that nobody else can understand.
Yeah, no,
But
right.
we've been there.
Right,
Dude,
right.
when I left the basement yard, you're a fucking sellout,
Yeah.
fucking fat bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just doing another show, man. You can watch 2 shows.
There's very few people
Take it
who
easy.
can understand like the internet game, and like I know
It's like you fucking ruined it.
When we talk about like aging in
Suck my
Barstool
choke.
years, there's always people who are like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure it's so hard to show up to work and like talk about sports and girls." I'm like, "Bro, it is."
Yeah.
Like I trust you. Trust me. I would rather be back at the
You
cube
do
where
it.
you're living like anonymously and nobody knows shit about you. But once real hate started, all of the like the hate, the things that used to upset me was like you make fun of my fucking hair or I'm fat or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, I don't
That's
care
easy.
at all.
That's
You know,
low-hanging
that's
fruit for
lightweight.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lightweight.
Get
So-
creative.
right. Well, that's why everybody tells me
Yeah.
I don't like to even give it attention, but people are like, oh, you still out there like cheating on your wife? I'm like, I'm not married anymore. That can't be
Right.
the joke anymore.
Right.
Like, at least come with something better.
Can I ask you a question? And then you don't have to keep it in the episode if you don't want to. But was recording that video, how many takes was it?
It wasn't as many as you would think because it was
I would be
wasn't-
like, dude, I'm sending this shit to Spike Lee. I'm sending this shit to mad people. I'm putting a trailer out first. I'm like, yo, like, this is heavy shit. I
I go
didn't
back
even
and
know you,
forth.
and I watched like 15 seconds. And say, that's heavy.
I go
I heard
back
you
and
were
forth on
sending
that
it
one.
to like.
I sent it around to a couple of the guys here.
You have to.
But
can't
it, wa-
go rogue
it,
on
it-
that.
it was
I,
like
I can't be like, I hope he nails it next time because I can't keep on.
Dude, I'm hiring Diane Sawyer and shit. I'm wearing a pack mic.
That's
I'm
the
doing
problem
mad
is
shit.
doing that shit alone. I had to go through some shit that like I never thought it was gonna be. I never thought I was on the level where people were gonna care about fucking People Magazine and TMZ and shit.
Yeah.
the people who go through that have fucking publicists and teams and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'll film a video.
It was a group text with like me, you, Dan, and Erica. You're like, does anyone have any
You guys
advice? I was
think?
like,
Yeah.
try again.
No, not that one.
I think the advice one time was like, maybe turn the TV off in the background.
It's a line drive by Castellanos.
I was the original Tom Brenneman.
No, but I always wanted to ask you that question. Because I kind of went through a similar thing though, because I was engaged. I was with somebody for a long time. I called my engagement off, and then I got into a relationship like relatively quick after. And that wasn't fun.
That does not go. Yeah,
It did. It was like, oh, how can you do this? Ah! And I'm just like, all right, take it easy.
Vegeta?
Yeah, I don't even know. It was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, just let me be. There we go. Yeah, just like, dude, just let me be fucking happy. Attica! I'm like, dude, relax, man. I'm a human, and fucking humans make mistakes.
Yeah, for real, man. A lot of people don't realize that, but
Is divorce lit?
divorce has
I don't know
its
how a
pros,
better way to ask that
It
question.
has its pros and its cons.
I don't. I didn't even look at him when I said that. But that's one thing I love about you, though, is that you're super open. I couldn't look you in the eye. So is that like lit or what's good?
Pros and cons. That's for sure. Pros and cons.
Now,
Divorce without kids.
You can tell me to stop at
would
any
be
time, too.
Fucking fire.
Being divorced
without
without kids
would be dope. Divorce with kids is tough.
yeah, but like, you're a good dad.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
that's,
I see-
that's
I see-
also
I see you on the internet
people
doing
don't
your thing.
separate those two. You know what I mean? It's all.
You know,
It's all one
people
thing,
have to also understand that this is a show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, people will stop me. I've been stopped with my mom. Just be like, yo, let me suck your fucking tits. I'm like, dude, my fucking mom's here. But my mom, thankfully, is cool. She's like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
Mom
like,
whips
she's
a tit
cool.
out.
Yeah, she's like, come on, you used to do it. And I was like, that was 30 years ago, Mom. Actually, it's like 15. I breastfed for a long time. No, I was one of those kids that breastfed, like, while they were, like, walking around, you know?
Makes sense. I mean, it fucking makes sense.
Yeah, it was a
Titties,
little weird. But
You want to
no,
go answer
that's,
some weird internet questions?
yeah, let's go.
Because I feel like
Oh, yeah, I'm
it's that time of the program.
gonna get ugly with it.
Do it.
I'll do it.
All right, the holiday season is approaching. All I want for Christmas this year is YouTube subscribers. We
Please.
got to get to 100,000. I want that
Please, sir, can you buy
100,000
these
plaque.
subscribers?
We've got a goal for all you out there, for everybody. At 100,000 subscribers, Polly Feidelberg will join us on the show. Maybe. Well, if not, we'll probably have to trick her into it. But at 100K, you will get Polly content. So subscribe, click the bell icon so you get notifications so that you're always watching. Leave a comment below. Talk about it. Post about it. Spread word. Tell your friends. 100,000 subscribers on KFC Radio for Polly Feidelberg. Let's make it happen.